Oh, hey, we're live.
Yeah, yeah, we're live. Yeah,
Typing. Oh, welcome everybody.
yeah. Hi, everybody. Who is already here? I see myself and you in the chat.
Yeah.
Excited Utterance, Indigo Luna, Billy Marie. I know Gigi is here. It's me, Josie is around. Thierry, Bifrons, Wendy H, and the rest. And yeah, David. Yeah, this intro is very good with my coaching.
Yes. It was a collaborative effort. I will say that. So I put something together and I sent it to Nick, and he's like, "It's okay. It's kind of cool." And then I edit it and I send it back, and he's like, "All right, yeah, we're getting there. I like that." But and then I send it again. And he's like, "All right, now we're good."
Yep.
That's essentially how it went.
It's a supervisor kind of role.
Yeah,
David
I
does
got
the work.
approval.
I get the recognition. Okay, to you. Good morning. Weirdest thing happened this morning. Couldn't get linked to your YouTube page to work. Tried several times. Had to resave under video link. Huh.
Weird.
Yeah,
that's on
weird.
me. That's mine, huh?
Mm.
What link? Weirdest thing happened this morning. I couldn't get. Oh, I was playing with some of my settings yesterday, and I changed the channel name in the bios from Michigan Law Show, which is what it used to be, to MLS Law Show. And so the tag for the channel is now MLS Law Show, all one word pushed together. And so maybe that's what happened. Maybe you had it saved under the old one. So that's the only thing I can think of. But I was, I rebranded a while ago, but I didn't actually change some of the bios. So I was doing that yesterday.
Okay. Oh, Erin had got attacked by a June bug. Oh, and you have a new member.
All right. Welcome, Billy Marie. Thank you for being a member. Since you are a new member, and I'm pretty sure you are a new member, not just a renewing member, check out the member tab on the YouTube page, on my main YouTube page, and you can get access to our Discord and all kinds of fun stuff there. And yeah, have a good time. Thank you.
Yeah, and earlier today I saw on my channel Olga Smithy became a member.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She's been a member. Billy's been a member.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I just want to say.
I think this is a renewed member, but
yeah. Okay.
This is great that you keep being a member, because that gives me and David, I assume, the ability to plan ahead on stuff to improve the channel, and because you can never rely on people giving super chats or anything like that. So memberships are what we can actually plan ahead with.
Exactly. And then even if some people will drop off and other people will join, but the best thing is to see that continued growth, so we can kind of project this. At some point I hope to do this full time and not have a day job, and if I can see that projected growth, I can at least sort of plan future things. So it's really nice to see the members sticking around. That's a great thing, and the membership growing too.
Yeah. And when I started this channel, my channel, I had as a goal within 2 years being monetized. That happened within 14. It took 14 weeks for me to get monetized. So that was shocking, because I wasn't prepared at all for it. But yeah, so now I'm continuing to try to improve stuff. Next item will be improving sound more, even though this is an improvement from my microphone on the webcam. Sound is more important than having this one looking back at you. But yeah, so those are the things I plan to do next. Improve sound, and then in sometime
it's
next
amazing
year,
how sound is so important, even though we think of this primarily as a video medium. When someone has bad sound, it's so obvious, And one of the reasons why I invested in this microphone, with all of its buttons and diodes and feedback, which I just adjusted properly now, was for sound purposes, so I can make sure we sound good, because that's the biggest thing that turns you off or turns viewers.
And sometime next year, I'm going to give my nephew around $1,500 to actually build up something that lasts, because as of now I'm having a refurbished computer, and my lighting is might have to improve on actual lighting instead of having light bulbs and stuff like that.
I ordered a cheap ring light, LED ring light. It runs off of USB power. It's only like 12 volts, and it's the best. And then you can adjust it if you want like a yellow glow or a white glow, and it's the best thing. And it was like $12 on Amazon.
Yeah, and so these are the improvement to make us more available to the audience, because in the end, I think people come back to watch us first for the snark, maybe.
Definitely for the snark.
Yeah, for the laughs, but also what separates us from crime tubers, legal expertise. In the middle of everything, we can at least try to explain what's going on in a courtroom, and that's I believe separates us from other. Well, not law tubers, but other tubers who sit and watch trials.
Salvador called me out. It's 5 volts, not 12 volts for the USB.
Okay.
That's correct.
Yeah. Get a ring light. It's cheaper and better. Yeah, I might. But I also need a bigger and newer screen, because this 19-inch screen is cluttered with stuff that I need to have a stream. So that's also a plan for next month, I believe.
Old Line Red, she's renewed her membership. I was just putting it in there. Thank you for renewing your membership. And don't worry, Jamie and Jung are going to take care of you on the Discord end.
And Jamie gifted one membership, and the receiver is Renee Collins. So congratulations, Renee. And there are members-only videos on my channel, which tomorrow I will start recording new ones. For instance, how much Hugo have grown since the repot, and stuff like that. So you have new content there coming up.
So we have day 2, part 2. So this is the afternoon of day 2 of the testimony today, right?
And Old Line Red became a member with me too. Thank you so much, Old Line Red. And I will be sure to not misgender you like someone else did.
Not me. That was all. Was that Mo? Mo led. I was just agreeing with her to be polite. She was a panel guest, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I will let Mo know on Tuesday.
Yes.
Monday, Tuesday. Oh God, I have 2 streams on Tuesdays.
I got 2 on Wednesday.
On my Tuesday. First, I have my Sweden's National Day stream where I will get plastered, and then around 14 hours later, we are having next episode of the Jodi Arias. On the
be day 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, you are probably not here to just watch us talk. So we are, because we have
Jodi Arias.
And,
by the way, excellent job still on the thumbnails.
Yeah,
I like how each one's a little different. Do you think they notice?
I don't know. I haven't seen it in the chat yet that they see that there are slight changes in thumbnail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
maybe they will notice.
Not as on top of things as we thought. But
okay. Yeah. Yep.
All right. We have day 2, afternoon, day 2, part 2 today. Well, maybe kind of sort of spoiler warnings, but also maybe that's my phone ringing. Maybe also a warning that we are getting into pictures, and from my understanding, they are crime scene pictures, and they might be somewhat graphic in nature.
Yeah.
So just a forewarning for today's stream.
Yeah, because when this trial was aired, there was not much of a blur on stuff.
No, not at all. Nope, no blurring. They show everything, including the crime scene photos. And yes,
Yeah.
Josie, it is beer o'clock because I've been working since about 7 a.m. on my deck. So,
oh, hold on. I forgot to drink that one last night. So yeah, forgot. But let's move on and see what day 2 part 2 has to offer.
Looking forward to this. This is not the most graphic, Jung. This is somewhat graphic.
Please be seated. The record will show the presence of the jury, the defendant, and all counsel. Mr. Martinez, you may continue with redirect.
Your name, sir?
Esteban Flores?
And you were the person testifying before lunch, correct?
Yes.
Please take a look at Exhibit 275. Are you familiar with that? Yes, sir.
Yes, I am.
And with regard to that item, is that the, well, what is it, first of all?
It's a copy of instant message emails sent back and forth between Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander.
And you were asked previously on cross-examination about this reference to a three-hole wonder, correct?
Yes.
Is that the document that contains that reference?
Yes, it is.
With regard to that reference involving that particular comment, why was that comment made as indicated in that document?
We see you, Jodi.
Speculation.
Sustained as phrased.
Well, let's go to page 8 at the bottom. What is he complaining about?
What page was that again, sir?
8 at the bottom, 4 lines from the bottom.
References to being used sexually by Miss Arias.
What is he saying?
Specifically, let me read it from here. I think I was little more than a dildo with a heartbeat to you.
And that's what he's saying to her, right?
Yes.
I came back just for that. That's awesome.
In the previous pages, pages 1 and 2.
I adjusted our mic settings to be lower. Maybe that will sometimes StreamYard and increase the.
Yes.
Was I too loud?
Questions post and cross.
Mr. Martinez?
Part of the same document, and part of the reason why he's calling what he's calling her.
There's no link, Judge. I mean, he's have to speculate on the link.
Counsel approach and bring the transcript, please.
On the length? What length of what are we talking?
Go to page 3. Can we read the whole thing?
Starts with Facebook.
Yes, just read it though.
Okay. Me.
No. Read it to yourself.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to read it out loud. Okay.
And in terms of the reference to the three-hole wonder, it's toward the bottom, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead and read the next page, which is 416, to yourself.
Okay.
What is the context of that comment?
The context throughout those 2 pages is Travis Alexander and Jodi Arias are having a conversation, and Travis is complaining about her lying to him.
Sir, you were asked about some fibers, and these are set out in exhibits numbers 265 through 271.
Yeah, I think that was
Do you
his
remember those?
opinion
And I'll start
after the
with
fact, not
265,
necessarily
for example.
during.
Yes.
First of all, you see the scale on there, right? This is exhibit number 265.
Yes.
And what is that word there?
It says metric.
And with
Can you
regard
pause it real
to
quick?
these spaces in between.
I just wanted to reference earlier morning of day 2, for those who might not have seen it, there was a phone recording. This officer, the witness, had received a phone call from Jodi Arias, and Jodi was going on and on and on. She claimed to want to know how the investigation was going, but then was giving him all kinds of information to basically put her at the time and the place and the location of when the murder happened. So it was really bad. But one of the things they picked up was she was describing like the bedroom decor, and it involved tassels of some sort. I can't remember if they were on the curtains or like on the pillowcases or something like that. And then they started going into the questioning about these tassels that were apparently ripped off and probably covered in blood, it looks like, as a suggestion that she remembered the tassels specifically because they got ripped off in the fight or something like that. And so that's what they're going over now. So I just wanted to recap for anyone who missed the other day. Go watch it anyways if you did.
Wayne, in terms of the metric scale, what are they? Centimeters, millimeters, kilometers, what are they?
The large section
No,
is,
this-
the small ones, millimeters?
And how many millimeters are there in an inch?
Approximately 25?
It's a little bit more than 25.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
How much?
Well, there's 2.4 centimeters in an inch, and then there's 10,
So it's 2.54 or 2?
yeah, 2.54.
So you're talking 25.4 millimeters to an inch, right?
Yes.
And so that will tell us, for example, by looking at this, by counting out 25 millimeters, how much an inch is, right?
Yes.
With regard to those particular items there, can you tell whether or not this really is a piece of a rope?
It looks more like a small thread.
And if you take a look at exhibits 63 and 81, take a look at those first of all.
Yes.
You recognize those?
Yes.
What are those photographs of?
Photographs of the interior of Travis Alexander's house, more in particular, his bedroom and part of the bathroom near the shower.
And
Cheery, thank you for the 5 gifted
the
memberships.
investigation of the crime in June of
I'll mention in the chat.
Yes.
I looked for the initials, exhibit 63 and 81.
Objection.
Exhibit 63 and 81 will be admitted.
Take a look at exhibit 63. What are we looking at here?
A photograph of Travis Alexander's bedroom.
And specifically, what is this item here?
Those are throw pillows,
And what's around the corners of those throw pillows?
tassel-like fibers.
Ah, see, it was the pillows.
Those tassel-like fibers, if we take a look at exhibit number 265, you were there. Can you tell us whether or not they're similar to those?
Yes, they are.
And let me show you another exhibit, exhibit number 271. You see this that's on there? This item here, you see that?
Yes, I do.
Take a look at
Are we certain those are the same tassels?
exhibits number 64 and 68.
Of course, Baker goes straight there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are photographs. Are they true and accurate depictions of an area and an item from the scene as it existed back when the investigation was being conducted in June of 2008?
Yes, they are.
And just saying, if you have Twitter and stuff, none of us mind if you share this stream there to improve our numbers. Thank you.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibit 64 and Exhibit 68 will be admitted.
This is exhibit 64. And orient us a little bit. What are we looking at here?
Looking at the interior of Travis Alexander's bedroom, looking from just behind the entry door. You can actually see the door on the right-hand side, door handle. and you're looking, what direction? Kind of like a northeast direction into the bedroom.
What does this door lead to?
That one is actually to the closet that parallels the hallway into the bathroom.
And exhibit number, and there is something in the middle here, this photograph, the first one, 264, correct? Right there?
Yes, the sandals.
Okay. Then if you take a look at exhibit 68, that's a close-up of what?
The sandals in the middle of the room.
And with regard to these sandals, do they have any covering on them where a person would step?
Yes, full of fibers.
And you see this right here, what is this, these items that are sticking out from around the sandals?
Those are the actual fibers that the sandals are covered with.
And then if we take a look at exhibit number 271, what is that? In your opinion, could that be, is that consistent with having come from those shoes?
Yes, it is consistent.
In looking through this whole house, was there ever a rope that was found?
No.
So if there had been a rope there and you didn't find it, what would have happened to the rope?
Objection calls for speculation. It's beyond the scope of crows.
Overruled.
We would have taken it.
I know, but if it wasn't there, would you have taken it?
No.
If somebody had taken it before you, would you have taken it?
No, I couldn't have.
But did you find any long lengths of rope or anything like that when you were there?
No.
And did you find, for example, in exhibit 63, was that bedroom examined?
Yes, it was.
Was the area here around the bed examined?
Yes.
Was the area, exhibit number 64, was the area right around here examined?
Yes.
And I mean the floor portion. Did any officers look underneath the bed?
Yes.
Did they look behind the headboard?
Yes.
Oh, I created a poll in my chat. What do you say? Guilty? Not guilty? I can save her as choices, and yeah, and that is especially for Broken Baker, Valhalla, and yeah. You're saying?
Was there ever a knife found anywhere near there?
No.
Was there ever any rope found anywhere near there? In other words, any of these little strands that we're talking about, were any of those found anywhere near the bed?
No.
You talked about cordoning off the street and that sort of thing when you got there, and
Yep.
the house being cordoned off. Do you remember that?
Salvador
Yes, I do.
also
What's the
going to
purpose of
save
that?
her.
To secure the residence, to keep anybody from going in and disturbing any evidence.
So that from the time that the police received the call till the time the first police officer came, that meant that nobody had access to that place, correct?
That's correct.
And how long did you keep the scene open, or how long was the scene secured, so to speak?
Almost 3 days.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
I have one question from a juror. Are there any other questions from the jury? If there are questions, ladies and gentlemen, raise your hand, and if you need some time to write it out, just let me know and we will wait for you. Counsel, please approach. All right, Detective, the juror has a question for you. Are the exhibits number 272, 273, and 274 from the same conversation?
What exhibits are those? Could I see them again?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Mr. Norman, you may recross and follow up on the juror question if you have anything.
Thank you, Your Honor. A moment, please. Clerk, could you still have exhibits up with you?
Yes.
Let me find the approach, Your Honor. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, we will put up exhibit 63. Again, Mr. Martinez showed you that just a minute ago. Do you recall seeing that?
Yes.
Okay. based on the observations you made, and I believe what you told us was that.
This is outside the
this
scope of the jury
picture
question.
accurately depicts what you saw at the crime scene on June 9th and or June 10th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And it would appear that those pillows are in an unmolested state. Would you agree?
What?
Yes.
Okay.
The hell's an unmolested state?
And you recall Mr. Martinez also asked you about some fibers on it, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Let me step back a bit. Mesa Police Department, how long have you been employed there?
19 years?
Okay, so you're pretty familiar with the practices and the procedures and those sort of things, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I suspect then, could you tell us whether Mesa Police Department has a crime lab?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And what sort of things does that crime lab do?
Everything from DNA typing.
This is
fingerprint
way outside. So they
analysis,
finished redirect.
blood
They had a
work.
jury question. The jury question was whether or not the recordings were all from the
So
same
if
phone call. They
had
played
no
3
fibers, for
recordings.
example, from these pillows.
He said
or
yes.
From sandals or that sort of thing. They could compare that against
And then
items
the
you found at the crime scene, correct?
defense
is,
counsel was allowed to go
our
into
lab
all
is not
kinds of
there.
other
Okay. So
cross.
there would be no way for you to compare.
We would have to send those out to another lab.
Okay, was that done?
No.
Okay. So
If anyone's
the
going to molest a
estimation
pillow.
you're
That was a
making
weird
that
way to
these-
phrase it. He
these
asked
are
if the
similar
pillows were
characteristics are
unmolested.
Just based on your observation, not any actual data or testing. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Mr.
Yeah.
Martinez?
Those 3 exhibits or the 3 DVDs that you have in front of you, those were from the same conversation, correct?
Yes, they were.
What date was the conversation that you had of those 3 DVDs?
They were June 10th, 2008.
And who initiated that? In other words, I know you made the call, but were you returning a call?
I was returning a call, a message to call Jodi Arias back.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Let me step down. The state may call its next witness.
State called Heather Connor.
Can you spell your first and last name?
Who's
please?
Heather Carter?
Heather, H-E-A-T-H.
Anyone know background on this woman?
Raise your right hand. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you.
Jody was identified as a 3-hole wonder by one of the witnesses. I do know that.
You may proceed.
May I have your name, please?
Yes, my name is Heather Connor.
Oh,
Connor.
I work for the Mesa Police Department.
And how long have you worked for the Mesa Police Department?
I was hired in September of 2004.
And what were your duties when you were initially hired?
When I was originally hired at the Mesa Police Department, I was hired as a
I'll be right
crime
back.
scene technician. I was promoted in June of 2005 to latent print examiner.
And what kind of, do you have to have a degree for that sort of thing? What kind of experience did you have or education prior to being hired?
I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in anthropology and journalism. I have an Associate of Science degree in forensic technology.
And what were your duties back in June of 2008?
In June of 2008, I was a latent print examiner. Among my duties includes performing the comparative analysis of unknown finger and palm prints that are recovered from crime scenes and items of
What are the
evidence
prints?
to known subjects' prints. I
Can you
also
take
process
latent prints
evidence
from
in
other
the
body parts,
laboratory
or is it just
using
fingers?
various chemicals and powders, and I respond to major crime scenes. I take
I'm not sure.
photographs, collect evidence, and process for latent prints.
With regard to this issue of latent fingerprints, what is a latent fingerprint?
A latent fingerprint is a chance impression. On the palmar sides of your hands and the soles of your feet, we have a specialized type of skin that's called friction ridge skin. It's very similar to corduroy in that there are peaks and valleys to that skin. And throughout the day,
Did she
you can
just
collect
use
different
corduroy as an
materials from your
example?
skin,
What year is this?
including oils from your face or hair, grease from
2013.
the food that you eat.
I don't know if I've
for
seen
other
corduroy
things,
since the
throughout
80s.
your day. And when you
Maybe
touch a
90s.
surface,
Workers'
you
boots
can
have
leave an
corduroys, but
impression of the arrangement of friction ridges on your hands or palms onto that surface.
So as I understand what you're saying is that these impressions that are left behind well, let me ask it this way. Are they left behind every single time that a person, for example, touches a surface like I'm doing here on this podium?
No, there are many reasons a print may or may not be left behind.
Well, does environment have anything to do with whether or not this impression is going to be left behind?
Yes.
Specifically, what environmental factors affect whether or not a print is going to be left behind?
If it's a very warm day, most of the perspiration on your fingers is water. It can evaporate. So if it's a very warm day, you may not leave an impression behind. You may have very dry hands. The residue left behind could evaporate from the surface. If it's been raining, the residue could be washed away. Environmental factors like that can affect whether a print is left behind or not.
How about a surface? For example, if I get a hold of something that's made out of wood and I put my hands all over it, am I more or less likely to leave a chance or latent fingerprint?
Are they trying to say that there has to be fresh fingerprints, as in she was there recently?
Holes in it, just a piece of wood.
Well, isn't that
I would
counter
think in that
to
case,
what
you're
latent
less
fingerprints
likely
are?
to leave a latent print
Yeah.
behind on a very rough, pulley surface than a smooth, hard surface. If you think of a fingerprint as a
Vein
rubber stamp,
surface,
and
maybe?
think about if you ink up a rubber stamp and press it on a very rough surface, you don't get a very clear impression of that stamp left behind. A fingerprint is the same sort of thing.
What about movement? What if I'm, for example, going through something and I'm moving very quickly and I slide my hand
A smooth,
against
hard
the
surface.
surface like I did?
Or a
at the podium
veiny
there?
surface.
Am I less or more likely to leave a fingerprint?
Well, it's less likely to leave latent prints
may
on the
be
veiny,
fingerprint
rough
behind
surfaces, right?
in that
Yeah.
circumstance, but you could be smearing the fingerprint and the arrangement won't be visible. It won't be very clear based on the movement.
I blame it on the chat.
So you get these
Yeah.
fingerprints, let's assume that you actually left them. How do you go about determining who's the person that left it behind? Let's say in this world where you have billions and billions of people, you don't know who the person was that left it behind. That's why you're checking. So how is it that you go about affecting identification?
The methodology
I think they are
that we
looking for
use
her
to compare fingerprints
I was gonna
is
say,
first
well, I
the
mean,
acronym
I suppose if she's
ACE,
touching
that's
herself.
ACE-V. That stands for analysis, comparison, evaluation, and verification. In the analysis phase, what an examiner will do is examine the latent impression to determine its overall suitability for comparison. The overall
I feel like
ridge flow
someone's
of that print.
giving
Can I tell
a
if it's a finger
presentation
or
at a job
palm?
fair
Can
to
I tell the
entice high
orientation of the
schoolers to
print?
come into the
How
industry.
clear is
Yeah.
the information? Is there a great deal of difficulty in distinguishing between
love
That's
to
a
dust
good-
her
the raised
fingerprints.
portions,
Yeah.
which would be the ridges and the furrows?
But she's giving
We're
good
looking for
explanations
3
to the
levels of
jury on
detail
how
in the
to
fingerprint.
interpret what's coming
Level 1
next.
detail
So,
Yeah,
is
no,
the
she is.
overall
She's
ridge
doing fine.
flow,
It's just sort of
and
like her
fingers will
manner
be
of
pattern
presentation,
type.
I guess. I was commenting
And
more
we're
on than the
looking
information.
for
Mm.
Level 2 detail, that's called ridge characteristics. There's many other terms that can be used, such as minutia, Galton detail, things like that. That's going to be where a ridge is flowing along and abruptly ends. Call that an ending ridge. You also have ridges that flow along and then branch into 2 ridges, and that's called a bifurcation. So that's the second level of detail that we're looking at in the analysis phase. The third level of detail is pores on the friction ridge surfaces. There are pores that exude sweat. The location, shape, and size of those pores is visible in some impressions. And the other part of third level detail would be the shapes of the edges of the ridges themselves. So in the
maybe, but I
analysis
haven't
phase,
seen
we're looking
that
for
far
all of that
ahead.
information. It's fact gathering. We're looking to see, do we have level 1 detail? Do we have level 2 detail? Do we have level 3 detail? That's all with just the latent impression. Then we move to the known impressions or exemplars, and we're performing an analysis
Well,
of,
let me stop you there.
okay,
What if you don't know who the person is? When you go out to a scene, you really don't know, correct?
that's correct.
So are you familiar with something called APHIS?
Yes,
What is, APHIS is an acronym, correct?
it is.
And what does it, APHIS stand for?
APHIS is the
Weird.
automated fingerprint identification system.
And without talking about the actual bank that's involved, I'm just talking about the machine. I don't want to know how the knowns go in there, okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Does this machine help you then make a comparison to other nodes that may be around? Yes or no?
Yes.
And what is the advantage of having the APHIS system as opposed to a human being sitting down and making this comparison?
The APHIS system is a searching database. So we're able to enter a latent print into the database, the first joint of the fingers and the palms, and it will create a mathematical algorithm and bring back 10 candidates that the computer believes are close to this latent impression. The examiner then is able to.
Well, then let me stop you then. Are you telling me that the advantage of APHIS is speed?
Yes.
Because it can go through thousands upon thousands of fingerprints within a very short period of time, right?
Yes.
And if any of them are similar, then it spits it out, right?
Yes.
But as an examiner, that's not an identification, correct?
No, it's not.
Because then that's when the human person comes in, right?
Yes.
And then the
That's
human
when
person
this
does
turns
what
from science
with
into
those
magic.
candidates that have been spit
When the
out.
human comes into play.
The examiner initially views the latent and the known impression on the screen one at a time and
If
determines
the-
whether or not they've
If this would have been done according to scientific method, it would have given them the 10 closest and 50 that aren't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it should have happened. And if you're going to definitively make a statement, you make a definitive statement that it excludes. It doesn't point to a particular person.
Yeah. We could exclude these because of these reasons, and it's a probability because we watched at 99 other fingerprints, which we could exclude to this one, and this one was this person.
Yeah, that's how it should be anyways.
Yeah,
It's how it's never presented though.
No, and that's why especially tool mark analysis is such BS, because they only check against the known suspected item.
Yep.
Not any unknown.
Treat it like any other scientific experiment, and I will have no problem if you treat it that way and then you present it the way it's supposed to be presented. Then we're fine. But they never do it that way.
Yeah.
And this is an older trial, and it's not that old. But if you even go back to like OJ with the DNA stuff in there, it was so horribly presented. But anyways.
Yeah, and Ian Runkle of Runkle of the Bailey had a great stream yesterday where he put up $1,000 challenge for toolmark experts. He will send 10 packages of 30 bullets each. Only one is the actual match he is looking for, and they don't know anything about it. And he will, if they find that one, he will pay them $1,000. If they don't, he will call them out on it. And he says, if these people are so confident in their science, every toolmark examiner expert should take that challenge.
Yes, I think so as well. But they won't, because if he's going to call them out on it, I turned my volume down a little bit, but the court's so low.
Yeah. It's nothing we can do about it. It is the video.
they have a hit. If a hit is declared, then a known exemplar, that known exemplar will be obtained by the examiner, and a one-to-one comparison will be performed between the latent and the known. The examiner is the one who does that final comparison.
In our talk today, one of the things that we keep referring to is that the fingerprints, and we've been talking about that. How about palms, for example? Are palms also unique to individuals, or is it a situation where the only comparison that can be done is involving the fingerprints?
No, the arrangement of skin on all the palmar surface of the hands is unique.
And so once you, let's say that you
Thank you,
have,
Jamie, for gifting
does this
membership.
APHIS system also have
And
the
it was
palm
gifted
print in
to
it?
Jackie Rouge, who I
Yes,
think
it does.
has been a member.
When you look at a fingerprint and
she
you're
got
doing this
her
comparison, are you
renewed.
then also able
you so
to
much, Jamie.
orient it and find out what part of the hand is involved, whether it's
And
one of the
Indigo
fingers
Luna
or
also
in the palm?
gifted
Can you do that?
membership.
It depends on the quality
And
of the latent.
it's
Well,
meat
let's assume it's
popsicle.
a great quality,
Got
the
it.
best quality you ever had.
Nice. Thank
Can
you
you
so
do it
much,
then?
Indigo Luna.
In many cases, yes.
And if you have the palm, you can tell what part of the palm it is then, right?
If there's
You're
enough
muted, David.
information in the palm, you can use those to help determine.
Jamie
where
gifted
the
a
lane
membership.
is
I
from.
wanted to say thank you to Malcolm.
So in other
Malcolm
words,
got
are you
the
saying
membership.
that if you have a
Jamie
palm
gifted.
print, you cannot tell what part of the palm print it is, what part of the palm it is?
There are latent impressions that are palm prints that are very clear that you cannot tell necessarily where it originates from.
On the hand? On the
Yes,
palm?
correct.
But there are some that you can then, right?
Yes,
So that's part of what you do then, correct?
that is part,
Is
yes.
that done out at the scene or is that done somewhere else?
The entry of latents into APHIS and the comparison of prints is done in the lab.
And so that the gathering of these latent fingerprints, how is that done out at the scene?
A majority of the processing that we'll do at a scene in order to collect latent prints is done with powder and lift tape.
And the others, which indicates that there may be others, what are the other processes that are out there?
There is some chemical processing techniques that we can use at the scene, depending on the type of residue that we believe a latent impression may have been left in.
In this particular case, for example, was black powder the only method that was used at the scene to attempt to gather latent prints?
No, it was not.
Why don't you tell me what those other processes were in this case?
Leucocrystal violet,
And what is that?
that is a chemical that reacts to the heme in hemoglobin to stain a dark purplish blue color if it comes into contact with it.
And what is the advantage of that? What is the advantage of this leucocrystal violet?
Leucocrystal violet, or LCV, does not react with the regular constituents of fingerprint residue. So if there's an impression that I believe is left potentially in oils or fats or lipids, that sort of thing, I would not use leucocrystal violet. Leucocrystal violet would be used to search for potential impressions that are left in blood, for example.
So the value of leucocrystal violet is that the print may have been left in a medium other than, for example, sweat or oils or something like that, correct?
That's correct.
And in the way you sort of seem to say it, it's specifically designed when you believe that perhaps the print is left in blood.
That's correct.
In this case, also again, as part of going to the scene, lifting fingerprints and that sort of thing, do you do anything with the evidence or items that are going to be taken back to the lab for future examination, whether they be latent fingerprints or whether they be anything else?
Yes, all items of evidentiary value are photographed and then collected by me, which are then in turn impounded into our evidence section.
It would seem to me, though, that if you have all these items of evidence out there and if you're just photographing them and collecting them, that you're not going to know where you found something. So, for example, if there's some shoes over there, there's a gun over there, how are you going to
I feel like this
know
is
what
very
number-
leading, but probably borderlining
which?
foundational
The
stuff.
way in
So they're
which we
letting us
will document
Yeah.
evidence to be collected
Just a stupid
is it will
approach.
be marked typically with an identifier such as a
The
number.
normal
We
boring
have
stuff.
What we call placards.
Yeah, it was a little kind of
They look
sending
like
even too the
small
way he
plastic
was like, and
tents that have
why don't you
numbers
just ask,
on them.
do you label the
And we
stuff?
will
How do you label it?
Typically put those
Instead of
next
that
to an item
long,
of
drawn
evidence.
out,
Photo-
condescending question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
but-
was talking over the stream, but she was just talking about how she tags. You identify him with a number, and then you seal it with a number. We all know the routine, but it was just the way he asked the question. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, but it's still much better than the Alan Brown trial, where the toolmark guy admitted that he swapped evidence bags because he
Oh, yeah,
emptied
yeah.
all of them out and then put the evidence back in the wrong bag, and it was
Yep.
still admitted. And yeah, that trial. Now, the Alan Brown was guilty of most of the charges, but there were so much, and it was Kenosha County, so of course it was a crappy prosecution.
I remember that he did that. Swapped that. Oh wait, no, this was the other bag. The other one is the one I put it in, or something. I can't remember
Yeah.
exactly how it came up, but he was opening them on the stand when he realized that he had swapped the bags.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, and that for me, okay, objection. This needs to be excluded because it was a breach in the chain.
Yeah. How do we know that didn't happen 12 other times? And in fact, the one that was in the bag is really the one that you should have been testing, although you put it in the wrong bag to begin with, thinking it was the right bag, and now you're opening it. Yeah, that's the problem with it, right?
Mm.
Wendy, thank you very much for the super chat. Yes, please like and subscribe to both me and Nicholas. We are doing dual
Yes.
streams for this every Tuesday and Saturday. Tell your friends that they love Jodi Arias and loopholes to come this way every Tuesday and Saturday at noon Eastern, 6 p.m. Swedish time. And come watch the fun that is Jodi Arias with Nick and I.
Yeah.
Photograph it with that placard to document how it will be identified later.
That's with regard to items that you can take. What about if there's an item? One of the things that we've been talking about is like fingerprints or blood smears, that sort of thing. How is it that, do you also put a number by those, or do you put a different sort of designation so that you know that what you have is something that you didn't take, but you took a sample of?
Certainly, in some cases, a different type of identifier will be used. In this case, I used letters for those things that were photographed that could not be collected directly.
Let me show you an exhibit. You recognize exhibit 249?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
That is a diagram of a portion of the scene that I responded to.
Which portion of the scene are we talking about?
It appears to be the master bedroom.
When you say
And
appears,
bathroom.
it sounds like you're not sure. Are you sure or are you not sure?
Yes, it is. It's the master bedroom, closet, and bathroom.
Is this a true and accurate depiction of the scene as it existed when you were there and you conducted your work?
Yes, it is.
And how long were you there conducting your work?
We spent over 3 days at the crime scene.
When you say we, it's sort of a royal thing. I'm not interested in what others may have done. How long
The
were you
royal we. I use that all the time.
3 days.
When I tell my son we're gonna go
And,
move
there
bags
were
of
others that were
concrete, he's
there
like,
with
"You mean you?" I
correct?
said, "Yes, the
Yes,
royal
there
we.
were.
That's you."
Were there also technicians there with you?
Yes.
And who else would have been there with you assisting throughout this thing?
In what capacity?
In any capacity?
There were several detectives there at various times.
Yeah. Welcome
officers.
back, Thierry.
There was members of the biology unit of the Mesa Police Department and also another latent print examiner.
When you say the members of biology unit, what do they concentrate on?
DNA evidence.
And in this particular case, you can see that there's a variety of numbers here, and there's also red areas and body, that sort of thing. Is this a true?
There's the
depiction
map
all
of the
items that were at the scene at the time that you were
house,
there
which will
during
go
those 3 days and
unidentified
Oh.
for the moment.
Yes.
Oh, the P map. Yeah.
Moment.
We're only 49 minutes in.
None.
Exhibit 249 is exhibit.
I think we may have already talked a little bit about this, but just get your view of the area there. Where it says 44 and 24. You see that there?
Not from here. I apologize. I can't see that.
This area here, do you see it here?
Yes, I do.
What is that area? Tell me a little bit about that area there.
That is the 2 doors. Those are the 2 doors leading into the master bedroom. And those are numbers designating items of evidence that were collected from those doors.
With regard to the doors, did you check, anybody that you were supervising, did anybody check to see what type of lock that was involved in?
There is a photograph of that locking mechanism, and I have.
Okay. Now, after you walk in there and you take a look at this right here, what is this that's marked as 45? I mean, what are we looking at there?
45 is a piece of carpeting that was at the entry to the hallway leading to the master bathroom that had a large area of red staining on it that was collected.
And did you walk down that hallway?
Yes.
And as you walk down that hallway, where did it take you?
To the master bathroom.
And what's in the master bathroom? Where is the tub in comparison to the door as you walk in?
It would be to your left.
And is that where the body was found?
The body was found in the shower. That was to the left, yes.
And just to make it clear, they have both a bathtub and a shower.
If I'm remembering correctly, they
Is the body
suspect
found
that
in the shower?
She started to attack him while he was in the shower. Then he got out, went to the counter, went down the hall into the bedroom, died there, and then she drug him back to the shower. Is that? I think that's the state's proposed
Yeah.
theory, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look at some photos. Thanks, Steve. Take a look at exhibits 1 through 7 and see if you recognize what's depicted there. Recognize what's there?
Yes, I do.
And what areas do those photographs depict?
This depicts the entry and the front of the home that I responded to, the garage, and a portion of the laundry room of that scene.
Are those true and accurate depictions of those areas, again, as they were on the date that you responded and were there?
Yes, they are.
Remove the omission of exhibits 1 through 7.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibits 1 through 7 are admitted. So we're going to take a 5-minute recess. Actually, we'll make it a 10-minute recess. So ladies and gentlemen, be back in the designated area at 20 minutes till 3, and we will resume promptly at that time. Please remember the admonition. You are excused.
Did I miss anything exciting with this witness at the end?
No.
Okay.
They
FTR
just
is
admitted
not currently
evidence.
working. She's rebooting the computer, so we need to make sure it's working before we can proceed.
Indigo, shout out to the 3-hole wonder.
Yes.
Ooh, thank you for the super chat. Maybe it should have been $3 though. I don't know. Can you do $3?
We
I
are
don't
at
think you do
recess.
$3. The dollar
I
for
don't
each
know.
hole. Is that what she's worth? 75 cents per hole, right?
And all counsel. You may proceed.
Heather Connor.
Let's take a look at exhibit number 1. Which I don't believe the monitors are on. What are we looking at here?
Another
This
shout
is
out.
the front of the house.
Thank you
All
so
right,
much,
here we go,
Indigo
another
Luna.
shout out.
House, what direction?
Oh, is that yours? That's
Point my
yours.
pen.
Yeah.
North?
Okay, wouldn't that be that
Ah.
way, north, that way?
And that was on your. Okay. Your
take-
chat have named themselves.
Oh,
Exhibit number 2.
the 3-hole wonder crew. That's awesome. All right. That's
That is another
definitely
view
up
of the
there.
front of the house showing the
Uh,
front door.
That's definitely up there as a
And it also shows
possible
a closer up
name
of
for the
what?
chat.
The vehicles that are
Three-hole
parked
wonder
in the garage and driveway.
And how many?
We're gonna have to do a
3 total?
survey or something.
And exhibit number.
Yeah, my members are called Vikings saying hi. So yeah.
Right. I like that. I haven't named mine.
What are
We've
we
been
looking
talking
at
about
there?
it. Saucer
That is a
areolas.
photograph
I
of
see
the
excited
front
utterance.
door entry and the numbers of the residents.
And what's the address of the residence?
Please no.
11428
And what's the street?
Queensboro.
Yeah, no, I lowered my mic to 35%.
Did you try boosting it with that thing? I don't know.
No, it was you who downloaded an
What do I
app.
see there?
I don't have it.
That is a
Or did you send
photograph
it?
of the
I
open
yeah, I thought I
garage
sent
door
you the
leading to
email
garage
from
and the 2
potentially
cars in
criminal,
the
and then I
garage.
forwarded it to you
What
like
car is this?
Okay.
Do you know?
3-4 weeks ago. It's really easy.
A
I think we
Toyota
could do it like
Prius.
midstream.
And the color, given how glary this photograph is, what color was it when you were out there? Do you know?
I believe it was black.
Oh, there it is.
Exhibit number 5.
The rear of that Toyota Prius.
Okay. If you then
Oh yeah, Baker says it
look
seems to
over
work. He
here
used
to
it in
the
his
right, do you see what
stream
that is?
last day or so. I don't know if he used
That
it
is a
yesterday.
doorway leading from the garage into the laundry room of the residence.
Then and this right here is what?
It appears to be a garage door opener.
Okay, and this right here?
I don't know what that is.
You familiar with light switches?
Yes,
Does that look like it could be a light switch?
it appears to be.
And then if we just shows us the rest of the garage and what's here, correct?
Yes.
And do you know what this is?
A bicycle?
Okay. Now, exhibit number 6 is what?
That is a view,
Okay, let's
a
check.
view of the
it.
laundry room
Oh,
that includes the
What
washer
you
and
do
dryer
it
that were
midstream.
inside that room.
And this door
Yeah, right
here,
there.
does that lead to?
did it
Isn't that
help?
That door
awesome?
leads to the garage.
And if we take a look at exhibit number 5, do you see this door here?
Yes, I do.
Are those one and the same doors?
They are.
Did the sound improve? Chat.
Absolutely. It jumped up
Exhibit number
immensely.
7 also shows us a door. Are you familiar with which door this one is?
At least it is for me. I don't know about the
I
chat.
believe that is the
Yeah,
same
for
door
me,
we've
it's
been
louder as
discussing
well.
from the laundry room to the garage.
When you say you believe, it sort of implies that you're not sure. Take a look at it. And then if we take a look at exhibit number 6,
Indigo Luna.
you see that same door?
Now I'm
Those are the same
distracted.
doors.
And is this then the door that leads out to the garage?
Yes, it is.
What's wrong
And
with midstream?
what is this up here?
An alarm keypad of some kind.
Take a look at some more photographs. Take a look at exhibits 8 through 16. Do you recognize those photographs?
Yes, I do.
What do they depict?
These photographs depict the washing machine and the contents of that washing machine.
And again, were these photographs taken at the time of the investigation back in June of 2008 of this home?
Yes, they were.
I move for the admission of exhibits numbers 8 through 16.
Exhibits 8 through 16 are admitted.
First of all, let's take a look at exhibit number 6. That's the one that we just talked about. And what is this right here?
That is a dryer.
And this right here?
Washing machine?
All right. Exhibit number 8 shows us what? What are we looking at here?
Nice.
That is a reddish stain that was on top of the edge of the washing machine.
Exhibit number 9. What are we looking at there?
That is looking at the same area of the washing machine, pulled back a little bit with some stickers to label and identify some stains seen on the washing machine.
Are these the reddish stains that you guys were looking at, or just stains generally?
Reddish brown stains.
There's a red number on there. Do you see that? I'm sorry, black. You see that?
Yes.
I thought in our previous discussion, we indicated that if it's something that you can't seize or that you take a swab from, that you actually would give it a letter. What's going on with these ones in black?
These particular stains were labeled by a member of the biology unit so that presumptive testing could be performed. I wasn't involved in these labels.
So in other words, these are labeled by somebody from the biology unit to see whether or not this was blood or something, right?
Correct.
Exhibit number 10 is a close-up of one of those ones, correct?
Yes, it is.
And if we bring it in a little bit closer, it has something to the side of it. You see that?
I do.
What is that?
The letter B.
So for example, then, if we go to the previous exhibit, there are two ones there. One would be either, well, we can look at it. We can see that they're labeled with letters also, correct?
This one is, yes.
And then if you take a look at the other one, doesn't seem to have a letter on there though, right?
It does not.
Exhibit number 11, what are we, let me give you a better view of that.
Jung is saying she cringes at the
What are we
word
looking at there?
correct because
That
of
is a
that
photograph
girlfriend
into
witness
the
in Rudolph's
washing
case.
machine when the lid was lifted during the entry photos.
And there are some items in there, correct?
Yes, there are.
This
Ooh.
is
Are we going to introduce those photos through this witness
Exhibit
because
number
she's the one that
12.
found the camera?
what are we looking at there?
That's a digital camera that was found inside of the washing machine.
And for the sake of completeness, is this the way the
Baker
camera
became a
was
member.
at the time
I
that you
figured it
guys
out.
went into
Yay.
it and started taking photographs of it?
Welcome,
Yes, it was.
welcome, welcome, welcome.
And you were there on what dates?
June 10th, 11th, and 12th, and it ran into the 13th on the 12th.
All right. Exhibit number
She's thinking to herself, that was
13.
the stupidest idea
What are
ever
we
to try to
seeing here?
wash the camera.
That is another photograph of the contents of the washing machine, now with those evidence placards that I discussed to identify items that were going to be collected.
Right? 39 is what?
39 is all of the contents of the
Yes, she tried to
Yeah.
wash the camera.
washing machine with the
To destroy
exception
it.
of the camera.
So this is all the clothing articles and 38 is the camera.
That's correct.
And left it there.
And
She
exhibit
left. The
number
body
14?
wasn't found for what, 5, 6, 8 days, something like that?
Is that just a different view of how the items are placed in there?
Yes, it is.
In just looking at this, and you were there, and that's the reason why I'm asking, it doesn't seem like this is a full load, does it?
This video is going to have
It didn't appear
so
to be
many
full, though.
innuendos.
Exhibit number 15, what are we looking at there?
It's
That
chat
is a
standing
photograph
full
of the
load.
camera after it's been removed from the washing machine and placed on butcher paper in order to take additional vantage.
Oh, this
viewpoints
is the
of that
age of
camera.
disposable
And
cameras.
exhibit number 16 is what?
Oh, yeah. I
A
forgot about
top view
disposable
of the
cameras.
camera.
Not so
this is-
disposable after all, was it?
Take a look at exhibit number.
Well, we haven't heard the evidence, but I know the story enough to know that that's the camera that had the death scene or the murder time killings where he and all the other loophole photos and everything else was on this camera. She put it in the washing machine, the victim's home, and then left it. So I have to imagine the only logical, if you can call it logical thinking that she did, was that she thought she was going to be able to destroy it, or at least destroy the evidence by washing it, which makes no sense. Why else would you leave it?
Yeah.
Broken Baker's now your member too.
Other way around. Now he's your member. He was my member
Oh.
first.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm not hosting, so the little icon thing means me. All right.
Yep. Yeah, that's great. So be members on both of our channels and subscribe and all that YouTube things. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on.
No, thank you. This is a digital camera.
And is this a digital camera that we see pictured in exhibit number 16?
May
I
I refer to my
know.
report, Your Honor, in order to refresh my recollection?
Yes, you may.
While she's looking, I will say this: that dumb criminals are not the ones we see on trial. The dumb criminals are the ones that get away with it, and other people tried for their
Take a look at
crimes.
exhibit 276 and see if that helps you out.
This is the same camera that is depicted in the washing, was collected from inside the washing machine.
But inside of that plastic is something else inside the camera, right?
Yes.
Do you know what that is?
Looks like power cords of some kind.
Right, but as far as you're concerned, the only thing that was taken from that washing machine is the camera that's in that exhibit, correct?
Yes.
I may have it back. Judge, I would move for the admission of exhibit 214 with the exception of this.
Well, you have to approve for it. It's on your YouTube
We're taking it.
page somewhere.
All right, exhibit 214 is
Or you
admitted
press
and
the
will be
gift
repackaged without the.
button.
Board.
If someone else is gifting memberships, then if you want to receive, you can press that present gift button that
There
comes
was
up,
a memory
and there
card
you can
inside the
choose
washing machine
to
that was also collected.
receive.
Okay, please take a look at exhibit number 215. Do you recognize that?
Yes,
What is it?
this is the memory card that was collected from inside the washing machine.
I think a lot of single guys want the Jodi Arias
One that
experience
actually
minus the
has to be,
stabby part.
correct?
When it was originally in the envelope, yes.
I move for the admission of exhibit 215.
No objection, Your Honor.
215 is admitted.
And what we're actually looking at is this
No, it's not just a
Square.
Florida thing.
or rectangular blue thing, correct?
Yes.
It's not. You know the dimensions of this? Or is it just very small?
It's small.
Let's take a look at exhibit number 220. Recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
This is what I labeled as a digital camera door that was found at the bottom of the washing machine and was collected.
Was this after the clothing had been removed?
Yes.
Thank you, Broken, for the, what is the Danish currency?
Danske
For
krone.
the admission of exhibit number
Danish crown.
20.
Danish crown. All right. Okay.
Mm.
Thank you very much for the 20 Danish crowns.
Mm.
For all your help. It's
Which
fun
is,
helping you.
No objection, Your Honor.
Which is
In your
worth
chat.
roughly 40%
And
more
this is the
than
item
a
that you
Swedish
collected right here, correct?
Yes, it
crown.
is.
Krona.
Oh, okay.
Let's take a look at exhibits 17 through 25. You recognize what's in the
Hold on,
photograph?
Indigo
Yes,
Luna.
I do.
Är du dansk?
They show.
They show the items that were removed from the
Oh,
washing
she's been working
machines,
on that in Baker
Item number
Streams.
39 laid
Oh.
out. It also shows additional items of evidence that were identified to be collected with evidence placards and the contents of the dryer.
With regard to item 39, what was that?
That's all the clothing items that were in that washing machine.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Me and David always try to promote the Zachariah Anderson legal fund at givesandgo.com/ZA Anderson. Because if you have watched us before, you know that our opinion about Prosecutor Gravely and the way he prosecutes and the quality of the evidence he presented is can be found below a cow. Yeah. Thank you, Broken Baker. Thank you so much. Much appreciated.
I move for the admission of exhibits numbers 17 through 25.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibits 17 through 25 are admitted.
Go ahead and take a look at these. Exhibit number 17. We see the placard 39. What is this up here,
It's a towel,
right? And directly underneath it, what are those?
socks.
And to the left,
Those are also socks.
okay? It does seem that, you see this part up here on the towel?
I do.
It does seem that the towel is a bit discolored, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Exhibit number 18. Is that the same towel?
Yes, it is.
And it shows this other end here, right?
Yes.
What is this right here?
It's a t-shirt or a shirt of some kind.
Do you know what this is right here? I know the glare is bad, but
I don't recall specifically the particular clothing items that were contained.
And exhibit number,
Yeah, just a
19.
discolored towel.
you know what these are right here?
Underwear,
And this,
another shirt.
and these right here.
They appear to be shorts.
Take a look at exhibit 216. You recognize this? Here.
Oh, this is
And those-
I think it's a comforter or something.
They appear to be all those items in the photographs.
Let's open it in front of a microphone, shall we?
And they are all mushed together in one bag.
Scissors.
There's
That
nothing
won't,
like
cost-
cross-contaminating
What's in there.
evidence
Yeah.
items.
This is in fact item, your item 39.
Yes, this is item
Does she wear
39.
gloves?
All right.
Yeah, she wore gloves. He
What else
didn't.
did you miss in the exhibit 216?
No, Judge.
Exhibit 216 is admitted.
Where do you want to put it? That's that spots on there, right?
Yes, it does.
Are you familiar with what bleach is?
Yes, I am.
What is bleach?
It's a liquid that we use to clean clean various things.
And do you know what bleach does to an item that has color to it?
It will take that color out and cause spotting.
With regard to the towel, is that consistent with bleach being added to the load?
Objection calls for speculation.
You may answer yes or no, overruled.
Yes.
Take a look at the other items.
Did they test for bleach? Why is he handling evidence without gloves?
What is that?
Wait,
A
who had
t-shirt?
evidence? Oh, when he's pulling them out?
What is that?
Well, let's hope we don't
A
have to
t-shirt?
retest those things for a new trial, right? Or anything.
Yeah.
It's marked
She put
medium.
gloves on, but the attorney is
And
grabbing
Does it also have some spotting
stuff
there?
out of the bag.
Yes, it does.
Mm.
Let's see what else we have there.
I'd wear that shirt. It's cool.
Those are the shorts or underwear.
Yes.
Are those Mormon underwear? They seem
Yeah,
rather
white
large.
underwear. Mormon
Is that?
underwear.
I mean, I don't know if they wear. I thought they wore special underwear. And then someone in the chat said no.
Okay.
What are those?
Pair of shorts.
Let's see what else we have in that thing.
Temple garments. Okay.
What is that?
A t-shirt.
Okay. What else? Let's start with one sock. You have a blue sock in your left hand, right?
Yes.
Okay, next. What color sock is that?
Mostly gray.
Does it have any spotting on it?
Yes, it does.
All right. What else?
Oh, I absolutely believe that the brown hair was a better look for her for trial.
A black sock.
Go ahead. Another sock?
Yes.
All right, what else? Is that a sock?
It is.
All right. Another sock?
Yes.
What is the relevance of bringing all this in?
Another sock.
They could just
And
count
that's
them,
also another sock, correct?
Yes, it is.
stipulate.
And those are all the articles.
Yeah,
Are
I
these
mean-
the same items as in the photo? Yes.
No, they're not.
Okay, what else is it? What is that?
This is a pair of pants.
Are you familiar with the term sweatpants?
Yes.
Would that be what that is?
Yes.
What size are they?
men's large.
Anything else in that, right? And what is that?
A t-shirt,
And what's the size of that t-shirt?
You don't mix white and dark
Large.
clothes in the
Can
laundry.
we have that item back?
I have 4 sisters. I've been told off more than once.
Let's take a look at another exhibit. It's exhibit number 20. And if we take a look at, first of all, exhibit 37, what is that? Or item 37, not exhibit 37, I apologize.
that is the memory card that was originally in the washing machine and then was collected as item 37.
And it's, what was
At
the
least
color
take
of
the
that
memory card.
From my recollection, it's blue.
She's an avid
Okay.
photographer, right? That's her
And
story. She should know.
then we have some numbers
Take the
here,
memory
40 and 41. First of all, this appliance to the right is a what?
Exculpatory evidence.
That's a
She was an
dryer.
avid photographer and didn't remove the video card. It could have
And
been
now we have a
her.
close-up, exhibit 21 of those items as in relation to the dryer, correct?
Yes.
And what is item 40?
40 is a piece of duct tape that was found on the floor in the laundry room.
And
Indigo,
exhibit
what is Baker
22
asking for?
shows us a close-up of that,
You're
right?
chatting in
Yes.
Danish as if people don't know.
She's
Exhibit
learning.
23
She's learning Danish
the
just for
SIM
Broken
card that we've
Baker.
been talking about, right?
Yes, it is.
And in the meantime, I'm getting
And
a
exhibit
DM from Mo talking about bringing
24 is
Baker
a
to the
close-up of
States.
that,
So
right?
Indigo,
Yes.
what happened?
Now, exhibit 25 are a bunch of items, right?
Yes, it is.
And they were in the dryer. Do you know what was in the dryer?
Bedding items.
Do you have the exhibit up there that will tell you what was in there?
Yes, I do. I have it labeled as bedding items.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Exhibit
Yeah, they bring in the whole bed sheet or the bed
36
comforter.
I'm sorry, 30, 28, I apologize, 28 through, well, let's do it this way, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 26. Recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
Those are photographs of the items from inside the dryer, as well as a photograph of them inside the dryer.
And are these true and accurate depictions of those items back when the investigation was conducted in June of 2008?
Yes, they are.
I move for the admission of exhibits numbers 26, 30.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibits 26 through 30 are admitted.
Aren't you streaming Travis Rudolph?
Yeah, I wasn't able to stream it all, but it's been
That is a
going on in
view
my
of the
Discord,
contents of the
and I'm gonna
dryer
pick it up
and the
Monday
items
morning.
that were going to be collected as item 41.
Exhibit number 27, what are we looking at here?
That is a overall photograph of all of the contents of 40 of the dryer that were going to be collected as 41 laid out, separated.
And exhibit 28. What are we looking at here?
A portion of the contents of the dryer.
Oh, this is my vintage Helm Law. This is my law firm shirt.
30, I'm sorry, 29?
Those are additional contents of the dryer.
And finally, number 30, what is that?
That is also something removed from the dryer.
Take a look at exhibit number 212.
Baker needs about 30 seconds to 1 minute alone with Jodi. We'll check on you after a minute, man, just to make sure you're safe. We'll give you that.
Yes, I recognize this.
What is it?
This is the,
I'll send in
Um,
Mo to check
all
on
the
you. I'm not
contents of the
coming in.
dryer as collected as item 41, I believe.
It is item.
It's, excuse me, it is item 41.
You need more gloves to open it and get into that?
If we're going to put them out, I would like some additional gloves, please.
Salvador, don't you dare! I'm getting there first.
Would you like me to cut this open entirely?
Just enough so that we can pull the items out. and stay in.
I'm seriously.
Yeah.
I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to try to get an interview with Jodi. I think she's innocent. They haven't proved enough so far in this case. It's only day
So
2,
far.
but we'll see.
And everything in the same bag. Yeah. Good work.
At least they moved it a little bit further from the mic.
What is that?
A pillowcase?
All right, what else we got?
Is it all right to lay them directly on the desk as I
It's
pull
a
them
new
out? Or would you like them
hashtag. It's
put
going
back in the
on
bag?
Twitter.
If you feel comfortable, put them on the seat of the chair. How about that?
Did
Right.
Twitter exist in 2012?
Maybe.
No, it did. It absolutely did. Because I had my account, I think, in
And what is that?
A pillowcase?
2009, 2010.
And that?
It's another pillowcase.
Good question,
found-
Gigi. Did she change gloves?
That is what?
A towel?
Mm.
But it doesn't matter. They're just shoving absolutely everything into a bag. One bag, anyways.
Twitter was founded in 2006.
A pair of pants.
Do they
Okay.
have a size on them?
And I believe the first
they
time I
do.
got it was 2009.
Size large.
I don't remember. I had the previous account that was logged into a previous email address of mine, my so-called trash
An
email
additional
account.
pillowcase?
But then they stopped
And that?
providing that email server. So yeah, all of a sudden one day I
another
couldn't
pillowcase.
log back in, so I had to create a new one.
Do we know if Arizona prison system allows conjugal visits? That might be a problem for Baker and Salvador.
Is that the last item in there?
No, it's not.
All right, what is that?
This is a bed covering of some sort with,
And sorry for talking over
Buttons.
anyone who wants to hear this riveting testimony
So-
over bed sheets, but I found it unnecessary
What else
testimony.
is in that exhibit?
Even Jodi is bored.
With her looks and her attitude, she had a lot of
What is that?
potential to
a
go
fitted sheet.
far.
Anything else?
Yeah.
She squandered it. I was waiting for the photos.
Brown bed sheets.
A flat sheet.
I don't know. Is it to avoid staining because he farts a lot? I don't know.
I had brown bed sheets when I was single.
And
I
that.
didn't have to change
Another
them that often.
pillowcase.
That's why.
I believe that's all that you have in there, correct?
Oh,
Yes,
Salvador
please.
looked it up. No conjugal visits in Arizona. Sending an angry email. Was that the style in 2008, 2009? Like dark sheets, dark curtains? I know styles change.
I have no clue.
T-Ree, I don't know if he had multiple sheets, but these are the ones that were on the bed when the police arrived. That's what they removed. Ooh, those were not in the wash. Did they find Jodi's DNA on those sheets? Salvador, only 4 states allow it. Is Michigan one of them? I honestly
Sam,
have
let
no
me show
idea.
you exhibits 31 through 46.
Of course, Jamie has dark everything.
Yes, I do.
When it comes
These
to
are photographs
curtains,
of a portion of the
I
downstairs of the
get new
house to
ones
include the laundry room,
when I
office, and
change
downstairs bathroom, as
houses,
well as items inside those rooms.
when I move.
And are these true and accurate
And
depictions? of the
often
scene
gifted
that
by
existed
one
back
of my
in
sisters
2000?
because you
Yes,
have
they are.
had those damn drapes for 10 years now. You bought it.
Exhibits 31 through
So I'm
46 are
just,
admitted.
yeah.
Start with exhibit 31.
We're going back to the camera, getting to the memory card.
And what are we
More
looking
dryers
at
and
here?
washers.
That is another view of the laundry room uh, from the vantage point of the doorway leading into the garage, into the corner.
What is this door here? Is this door leading to the garage, or is that the door leading somewhere else?
That door leads into the house, further into the house.
It was
And
in the
exhibit
dryer. Okay.
32.
sheets were
What is
washed, all
this?
That is the view into the laundry room through that doorway that we just discussed.
Where is the doorway leading to the garage in this photograph?
If you were to enter through that doorway, it would be to your right.
Okay. 33. This area here, what is this back here?
That's the laundry room.
And what's to the left here? Do you know?
There is a closet and a doorway leading to an office space,
And to the right here, what's there?
a bathroom.
That's a decent sized house.
Do you know what this item is here? If you know.
Yeah, it was a good sized house.
looks
from
like
what I
a
understand.
punching-
He had one roommate, right?
Apparatus of some kind.
Yeah.
Exhibit 34, first of all, in the corner here, what is this right here?
That's the doorway leading from the house into the laundry room.
And this right here?
That is the entryway into the office space.
Exhibit 35,
He had
First
two
of all,
roommates,
look,
so the
what is
house is
this
getting
right here?
smaller and smaller when you
The
start
laundry
putting
room?
more people in it.
and here,
The office space.
exhibit number 36,
Just because I can. This is the house.
That's a good sized house.
One small garage, which I assume is the laundry part, and then a twin garage, is it? Yeah.
Looks like 2.5. Well, 3-car really. Like the one side is 2, and then there's a third single. So 3-car
Yeah.
garage. It's not bad.
Okay. Let's get back to this.
what is that?
That's the view of the office space from the doorway.
Exhibit 37 is what?
A different view in the office space from a different corner of the room.
Exhibit number 38. What are we looking at there?
That is the desk in the office space, and there are items marked with evidence placards in that photograph.
This up here, what is that up here? Do you see that white item there?
It's a closet door.
Item, I'm sorry, exhibit 39. What do we see here?
That is a photograph of the item that was collected as item 35LB, and it's a check.
Take a look at exhibit number 222. Recognize it?
Yes,
What is it?
this is the box, including the check that was collected as item 35.
This better have something to do with the crime.
I move for the admission of exhibit 222.
No objection.
Exhibit 222 is admitted.
Take a look at that.
I started going through and translating Indigo's Danish. Oh my God, Indigo.
Mm,
First of all, what is the date on it?
Oh yeah, this is that check.
52508,
And
What-
what's the amount of the check?
200.
Wasn't she supposed to be
And
buying
who's
a
the
car?
person- What's
Car
the
payment. Yeah.
account? What's the name holder on the account?
Jodi Arias.
It does have an address. Can you read that address or not?
I can.
What is it?
9634 East Nido Avenue, Nido, Mesa,
I need to Google
Arizona,
that address.
85209-2243.
And the person that it's made out to?
Travis Alexander,
And what's the amount of the check? I think you already,
200 cents.
and what is it for? Can you see what that's for?
The notes section indicates car payments - April and May 2008.
And is it signed? Yes or no?
Yes.
Exhibit number 40 is what? What are we looking at here?
That's an additional view of a different corner of the office space from a different vantage point.
Yes, this is the alibi check. And it was
Exhibit
dated
41.
5/20 something.
What do we see here?
525.
That's the final corner of the office space, and you're seeing the entry doorway from where the photographer is standing.
If we were to take a right, where would we be headed towards?
Out of the door,
Right.
you'd be headed towards the living area and kitchen if you went to the right.
If we were to go left, where would we be going?
The laundry room.
Exhibit number 42 is what?
That's a photograph of the downstairs bathroom from the doorway.
Is that straight across from that door that we just saw?
Essentially straight across, maybe a bit to the left and across.
And exhibit 43 shows us what?
Another view of the inside of that downstairs bathroom.
Exhibit 44, what are we looking at there?
That is a labeled stain that was tested by our biology unit.
And that has a number 3 by there, right?
Yes.
Exhibit 45 is what?
That's a view of a stain, a reddish brown stain inside of the sink in that downstairs bathroom that was tested by the biology unit.
And exhibit 46 shows us what?
That's a close-up of the stain from inside the sink of the downstairs bathroom.
Let's take a look at
Well,
exhibits.
They are good at
47
collecting evidence. Something we have seen in recent trials they are horrible at.
Well, but where's the exculpatory evidence? Where's
These are
the evidence
photographs
of
the
other
remainder
people's
of the
DNA
house,
in
the
the bathroom?
downstairs
Yeah.
portion of the house, the staircase leading to the loft upstairs, and the stairway itself.
And again, are these true and accurate depictions of when you were out at the scene back in June of 2008?
Yes, they are.
Move for the admission of exhibits 47 through 61.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibits 47 through
Oh, it's
61 are
the-
admitted.
Penis diagram again.
They just keep the penis diagram up the whole time.
Okay, what are we looking at here?
The red part was the most
That's a
blood-filled.
view of the dining room, living room area, and the hallway that led down to the office space, laundry room, and downstairs bathroom in the far portion of the photograph.
And what is this right here?
That's that punching apparatus that was in near that hallway.
Number 48?
They
That's
had
a view
boxing
of the
machine.
front door from
Okay,
that dining room, living room
those
area.
were all.
Where's the
those-
laundry
They were
room door
considering
from here?
themselves
It would be
single
to,
guys.
to my left, where your pen is leading. Yes, that direction.
And I guess we'll ask about this 48. What is this right here?
A floor cleaner of some kind.
49?
That's a view of the entry room and the front door.
And what are these items here, do you know?
They're metal grids of materials that are linked together by those round pieces.
Okay. Exhibit number 50 is what?
Yes, Gigi and Mo are talking
You're seeing
about
a view of the
activities that
kitchen?
relieves leg pain.
From the area that had the couches near the dining area.
Okay.
I
And what's
thought you was
this right here?
talking in relation to the earlier post
That's
about
the
someone breathing heavily
staircase.
into the microphone.
Okay, no.
Exhibit 51, do we see that same staircase?
Yes,
Is that right there?
yes, it is.
Exhibit 52. What are we looking at there?
That's a view from the hallway that you would enter from the front door, looking into the dining, kitchen, living
Oh,
area,
I'm sure
and
they are proud of her.
the beginning of the staircase.
And these things right here, what are those?
Those metal grids similar to what was shown in that entry area.
But those are not aligned in any way, right? In other words, they're not put up.
No.
Exhibit 53. Now what are we looking at?
You're seeing a view down the hallway towards the laundry room, office space, bathroom, as well as a portion of the staircase to show their relationship to each other.
And this is the
What's
staircase
a
right here.
struggle
Yes, it
snuggle? I
is.
kind of want to know details about
Exhibit
that.
54.
I have no idea.
Shows us what?
That is a view of the staircase and what you see from the bottom of the staircase.
Exhibit 55 is what?
A view from about halfway up the stairs, slightly more perhaps.
I know what the rodeo
Exhibit
position is.
56 is,
When you grab
That is
on
showing
and
a
whisper,
small
I have
fiber,
burpees, and then hold
possible
on.
fiber piece of fabric that was collected as an item of evidence.
exhibit number 57. That is what?
That's a close-up of that item that was identified as an item of evidence and collected later on.
This is Travis Alexander,
Now number
the
58.
victim's house.
What are we looking at here?
Yeah, it
Well,
was
That
he
is a
rented a room
view
in
from
that
a
house.
corner of the loft that is at the top of the staircase. It's showing the area where the staircase ends and the entry into the master bedroom.
And is this the master bedroom door?
Yes.
Exhibit number 59.
That is showing a black bag that was identified as an item of evidence to be collected in the loft.
Are you familiar with exhibit number 231?
Yes, I am.
What is it?
This is the item that I collected as item number 24LB. It's the doorknob from the right door of the master bedroom double doors.
Okay. I move for the admission of exhibit number 231.
The objection.
None, Your Honor.
231 is admitted.
Take a look at this exhibit and describe the locking and unlocking mechanisms of this door appliance.
The unlocking mechanism is a key hole. The locking mechanism is a flat piece that's turned.
Which one was on the inside and which one was on the outside of that door?
The inside was the locking mechanism, which has the flat piece that turns, and the exterior doorknob was the one that has the unlocking key mechanism on it.
So in order to get into that room, if it had been locked from the inside, would a person need a key?
Yes,
And in order to lock it, if you were inside, would a person need a key or would they just need to turn the knob or the item?
Well,
key would
they
not
did
be
have some
necessary.
interesting photo evidence.
Does that mean that the person could just turn the little knob there
Well, they had nothing
Or
really
whatever.
to
and close it from the inside? And lock it?
connect
Saying
her
that
yes.
to
Yes,
that,
ma-
except for the camera. I mean, the camera was the biggest thing. I mean, yeah, it's substantial, but the camera is really what messed it up.
And she could have just
31,
I left it there.
the item that we're looking here, is that the inside or the outside?
It was the interior doorknob.
And you were talking about turning, this is what you would turn, correct?
Yes,
To lock it. And
Thank you
this
for
portion of it
describing
right
how a
here, is
lock
that the inside or
functions.
the outside?
that was the exterior side of the doorknob.
And that's the one that would require the key, correct?
Yes.
Exhibit number 60 is what? What are we looking at there?
That is a closer view of that black bag from the loft that was collected as item 31 LB.
And exhibit 61? What is that?
That's a view of the contents of that black bag.
Take a look at exhibit
I
2.
didn't see what the contents were. I just saw a photograph, and she said it was the contents. So, did you see what it was?
No. That's
Do you recognize it?
oh, it was that
Yes, I
black
do.
bag.
What is it?
This is the black camera bag that was collected as item 31 LB.
All right.
Jodi was selling
Uh,
her drawings that she made during trial. We need to get our hands on those.
Not legal advice, but I don't disagree.
Yeah. We'll just call that general common sense, right?
Yeah.
213 is admitted.
Do you want gloves for this or not?
I prefer gloves, yes.
We'll get them for you.
Thank you.
Do you want gloves when handling evidence? Yeah. Oh, she's good with the gloves.
No mind the fact that I'm handling the evidence and I don't have gloves. You go ahead and put yours on.
Mm.
I assume I'm opening
Sure.
this.
please.
Did you see Salvador's comment? 144. I agree.
And open it up. What is it that we have
The
inside?
only crime she has committed is stealing my heart.
Wiping tears.
A lens attachment of some kind. That appears to be everything.
All right. Let's take a look at exhibits 62 through 72. You recognize those?
Yes, I do.
What are they?
These are photographs of the entry into the master bedroom itself, the master bedroom closet, and a portion of the bathroom. in the
When we
master
will
bedroom.
get to the really interesting entry
Exhibits number 62
position.
through 72.
Council exhibits 63, 64, and 68 have already been admitted.
That's correct. That's what we were talking about.
Yes, sir. No objections to those photos previously not admitted being admitted.
This
All right,
entire witness is
62
just
through
foundational.
72
They
will
need
be
to
admitted.
establish the evidence so that they can call up the next witness who tested the evidence,
Let's take a look
and
at
then
the
what that actually means.
photograph, which is number 62. And what are we looking at here?
That is the view into the master bedroom from the doorway.
And we've taken a look at the lock or the door handle, haven't we, before?
Yes, we have.
Exhibit number 65 shows us what?
A view of the bedroom, the master bedroom,
Specifically what?
the bed, and one of the sides of the bedroom.
In this one, we see that the bedding, if you will, is crumpled up on the bed. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Is that the way the bed was found when you
Yeah.
were there?
That was how it appeared when I was there, yes.
66 shows us what?
That's another view of the bed from the opposite side and more of the bedroom itself.
And what is this right here?
That is a doorway leading, one of the doorways in the master bedroom closet.
So where does it lead to? Is there more than 2 doors from the bedroom going into the bedroom closet?
No, that's the doorway from the bedroom to the closet.
All right. Exhibit 67, what are we looking at there?
That is a view from inside the master
Okay, now
bedroom
we are
of that
starting to
doorway
get
from the bedroom to
near,
the closet.
Interesting
The
crime
entryway
scene
to the
photos.
hallway that
because
leads
that
down to the
is
bathroom and the door
blood,
into the master bedroom.
Probably in the hallway there. So just a heads up,
Exhibit
those
69 shows us what?
very
That is a view
detailed
of
crime
the
scene
interior
photos
of the
might
master
go up
bedroom
to the-
closet from that doorway, from the bedroom into the closet.
And what is
You
this
boosted
right
the
here?
trial volume. I think you need to boost your
That is a
volume,
doorway
too. I don't
leading
know how
from
I
the
sound.
master
You
bedroom
sound
closet
low.
into the master bathroom.
While you were there, did you notice whether or not there was any blood in this area here in the master bedroom closet?
I did not see any blood in that area or
And-
red staining.
And if it had been there and marked, would you have photographed it?
Yeah, I increased
the
my
objection?
volume a bit. We might soon
there
get
photos
into
Overruled.
actual
Yeah.
crime scene
Can you
photos,
please repeat the
If it
question?
was,
which
if there was a
apparently
stain that was
can be
marked there,
quite
would you have
detailed.
photographed it?
So if
Yes.
you're
And were you the person that actually
yeah,
actually
just a
looked for these
general
stains or
warning.
not?
that we might get there, I
I
don't
was
know. I
not.
haven't seen
Okay.
this.
But you would
But-
have photographed anything that was marked there, correct?
Yes.
Number 70. What do we see here?
That's a deeper view into the closet from that same vantage point.
How
Showing some of
far
the
into the
contents.
closet was it?
And this right
Uh,
here?
That's a
That
lot of
is the doorway
shoes.
leading into the master bathroom from the closet.
And if we look down
That is a lot of
here,
shoes, but that's a nice
what is
closet.
this area here?
Yeah.
Carpeting inside the closet,
Okay, and this right here?
that's tile in the bathroom.
Exhibit 71, if we start at the top, what are we looking at here?
That is a view into the master bathroom from the doorway in the closet leading into the bathroom.
And this right here is what?
Carpeting,
And right here?
tile,
And then if we go back here, what is this area here?
the vanity and sinks from within the master bathroom.
And this right here, what is that?
Wish I could increase.
A door for a linen closet inside the master bathroom.
And this hallway that we've been talking about, take a look at exhibit number 67, told us about this hallway here.
Now Indigo is
We take a look at
distracting me
the-
again.
Exhibit number 71, where would the hallway be in relationship to this door, the sink?
It's to the right.
So it would be right down this way.
That's correct.
Exhibit 72, starting here, what is this right here?
That is the door and doorway that is leading to the master bedroom closet.
And this right here is what?
A portion of that hallway we've discussed.
That what? I didn't hear you. I didn't
The
catch.
hallway that we've discussed.
Oh, okay. And this right here is what?
The door for the linen closet that's in the master bathroom.
Where does this hallway lead?
To the master bedroom.
And if we take a look at exhibit number 67, is this what you're talking about, the hallway that we just discussed?
Yes, it is.
And this right here is,
The bathtub in the bathroom,
and right here,
that's the shower.
and this,
That's
With
the
a
victim
man's
inside of
leg.
the shower.
and this greenish, bluish.
I believe it's a robe.
She's not looking at those pictures.
Take a look at
Nope.
exhibit 76.
Well, I have half a sleeve, more here, an ugly one in the back, and yeah.
Through
I have one in the
80.
back. I have no idea what it looks like
82.
because I don't see it.
David has a W tattooed on each butt cheek, so when he bends over, it spells wow.
Exactly what I have.
What are they?
These are photographs of the victim, additional photographs of the bathroom, and some items from inside the bathroom.
Okay, now we have an actual advice. If you are skirmish, there, because this trial did not blur anything out. Okay, you've been warned.
I'm muted.
I'm going
Is it weird if I eat during this?
to...
You'll never know.
Okay, we will restart in 3, 2, 1. You have been warned.
And again, were they as they existed back in June of 2008?
Yes.
Move for the admission of exhibit 77 through 80, 82 through 87.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibits 77 through 87 are admitted.
Cellophane warning.
Take a look at these. Exhibit number 76. What are we looking at there?
That's a photograph of the victim inside of the shower and a plastic cup that was found in the shower with the victim.
Okay, this video doesn't seem to show it.
Take a look at exhibit
You're muted.
230.
Maybe it's cut up. That's not bad, or that's not good necessarily because we're here to see the whole thing. But
Recognize it?
I don't know. Well, this is not
Yes, I
edited.
do.
What is it?
This is that plastic cup from inside the
Okay.
shower.
It looks kind of black or dark. Is that mold or what is that?
This item was processed in the laboratory for latent prints.
And you indicated that there was a couple of processes that could be used, one of them being powder.
It's weird. I'll be right back.
Yep.
Crystal white, correct?
Those were types of processing that we do at a scene.
Right.
Yes.
But in this one, powder was used, right?
But thank you, Tara.
This
Thank you
item
so
was brought
much.
back to the laboratory and
I
was
try my
processed
best.
with a variety of different things.
All right. And were any results obtained?
I will
I may refer to my
go for
reports.
the extended version of this and see if there are actual crime scene photos on that one.
No latent prints were developed on the plastic cup.
One of the things that you told us was that there were environmental factors that would affect whether or not an individual leaves a latent fingerprint. Do you remember we discussed that earlier?
Yes, I do.
With regard to water, if water is run on an item, will that affect the ability to later obtain a latent fingerprint?
It can, yes.
Why?
In some cases, if water is run over a surface, it may obscure that latent impression that was left behind. It could wash away the residue or something of that nature.
And how about if the person is turning the cup as they're doing whatever it is they're doing with it. Would that also affect whether or not they might leave behind a usable latent fingerprint?
How an item is handled will always affect whether or not a latent print is left behind or not.
I move for the admission of exhibit.
No objection.
230 is admitted.
Exhibit number 77. What are we looking at?
It's a lower view of the victim inside of the shower stall.
And what is this right here? Is that the wall, I guess is what I'm saying?
Yes, it's the wall of the shower stall.
And
On the extended version, I
is
just
this is his
do
right
that.
foot, correct?
check for
Yes, it is.
Is that touching that wall?
that this
Yes, it
part
is.
How about the
wasn't
left knee?
included
Is that
in
also
that
touching
part
the wall?
either.
Yes.
So it might
And
be
if we look over here to the
upcoming.
right,
I didn't watch ahead.
what portion of his anatomy is that?
It's his right knee.
Is that touching the wall also?
It looks like it is. I don't know specifically if it is or not.
If we go back to exhibit number 76, his head, correct?
Yes, it is.
Is that up against the portion of the shower there?
Yes, it is.
Now, exhibit 78, we're starting to see, first of all, the victim's body here, correct?
That is the victim inside the shower stall, yes.
And 2, 3, and 4, what are we looking at there?
Those were some hair and fiber-like materials that were found around the shower stall that were designated to be collected as items of evidence.
And exhibit number 79, we're also looking at this area here, right?
2 is actually just indicating the hairs that you see here on the floor.
Right.
But you can see the red staining in this photograph.
And this is, what is this, the trim right here?
Baseboard trim of some kind, yes.
And there's also some staining up here, correct?
Yes,
And there's also staining here.
yes.
Exhibit number 80 is what?
Did we
That's
see
a
any
fiber-like
pictures?
material that was found on the floor in the bathroom that was collected as item number 3LB.
And exhibit number 82, we're now looking at what?
You can see a small portion of the shower stall with the victim inside, the bathtub, and a doorway
It seems
leading
like
into what
in
I
the
call the
original
toilet
stream, they
room.
didn't
The
show the
toilet's contained in
actual
that room. There's a door
body in this stream. I
then a
checked the
portion
extended
of the
version, and in
bathroom,
this part of the stream, it
to the right
doesn't.
side of the photograph.
What's this right here?
I think they
It's a
show it at
towel.
some other point though, maybe, but they definitely show her pictures. It's like, why are they showing that and not like the victim, which is what we're here for,
Yes, I
right?
recognize it.
What is it?
This is that same towel from the master bathroom.
Was there 1 or 2 towels there?
I believe there's only one.
When you say you believe, it means you're not sure. Why don't you go ahead and open it and take a look at it and make sure?
Okay. It's a single towel.
Why don't you hold it up for us?
Did she wear gloves?
What's the exhibit number on it, please? It's the green tag.
I do like this playlist though because it cuts out,
I move for
you know, the
admission
10
of
minutes of
exhibit
her opening up a bag and
228 is
5 minutes
admitted.
at the bench.
Uh, Take a look at the label there on there and see what it says. You can read that for us, please?
I think she actually wore gloves, but it was cut out.
TIANCA concept by Mundo Textile, MUNDOTEXTIL, all one word.
All right.
I believe this CSI has been wearing gloves all the time when handling evidence. The lawyer, the prosecutor doesn't.
Yeah, the prosecutors kind of has an attitude the whole way through.
Yeah. Still much better than Gravely.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take
Yeah.
this prosecutor
This is the
any day.
towel that you previously looked at. It is from exhibit number 216 from the washer. Do you remember talking about that?
Yes, I do.
Why don't you read the label on this one for me?
Yes, it was Jodi that was doing handstands and
Labeled
singing in the
Beyond That
interrogation room.
Concept by Mundo Textile.
At least the labels, do the labels match? How about that?
Yes, they do.
And if we hold these two up, I'll hold this one here, and you hold the other one up. They seem to be a little bit different in shades, correct?
Yes, they do.
And
She's a
also
gymnast,
one is
huh?
spotted and one is not, right?
That's correct.
There's nothing wrong with crazy. You just
Exhibit
don't stay
83
with crazy.
shows us, first of all, what is this right here?
That's the victim inside of the shower stall.
And this is
The bathrobe.
and this right here?
Some staining or some material that was seen on the wall by the shower stall.
Exhibit number 84, we're looking at what?
That is a view of the bathtub inside the master bathroom.
And this room was what again?
I called it the toilet room. It's the room that contained the toilet in the bathroom.
And what is this right here?
That is red staining, reddish brown staining that was seen on the wall
And
or door jamb.
I may have to show you the photograph because of the glare on this one. You know what this is down here? If you want, I'll bring the photograph up there.
That's a bath mat.
Okay. This right here, that's the bath mat, right?
Yes, it is.
Number 85, what are we looking at there?
That's another view of the same bath mat that we discussed.
And this right here on the left, what is that?
That is the door jamb of the entry into the toilet room with the red staining that we saw in the previous photograph.
And this right here is what?
More staining,
And down here on the ground is,
more reddish brown substance.
and this right here
It's also a reddish brown stain.
on the mat, correct?
Correct.
And this right here is what right there?
Additional staining.
The towels that we looked at, where are they in relationship to this staining right here where I'm pointing to?
The towel that is in front of me is directly above, maybe slightly further back from that. It's hanging from that wall in the
Okay.
photograph.
Exhibit 86. What are we looking at here?
That's a view of some of the staining on the walls and tile floor of the master bathroom, showing the entry into the toilet room, and you can see more of the bathroom itself.
And this up here?
That's this towel here.
Exhibit 87 is what?
That's a more mid-range close-up view of the reddish staining that's on the door jamb and some of the floor leading into the toilet room.
You see that right back there?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
More reddish brown staining that was on the bottom pedestal of the toilet.
Okay. I'm going to show you exhibits 88.
Brown interior, welcome to the 1970s. Everything had a shade of brown or orange.
Do you recognize what's in these photographs?
Yes, I do.
What do they show?
Those are photographs of the master bathroom, including staining, shows the sink area and the interior of the linen closet that's also in the bathroom.
Are they true and accurate depictions of the scene when you worked on it back in June of 2008?
Yes, they are.
Move to the admission of exhibits 88 through 160.
No objection, Your Honor.
Exhibits 88 through 116 are admitted.
Start with 88.
I was
and
muted.
we
I was going to
are
say, what do we
looking
think of this
at
male
what
defense
here?
attorney so
That's a
far?
view of the toilet inside of the room, the toilet room.
I haven't heard of him that much, I must admit.
89, we're looking at what now?
That's showing the reddish staining that's on the pedestal
This
of that
is
toilet.
wearing a
Might
green
be right
shirt
there.
with a green tie
Yes,
today.
yes, it is.
But she's
Number
wearing
90
green.
is what?
Other than his dress, I
A
think he's been
closer view of those.
fairly
those
spot on
stains.
though with his cross.
And
Okay.
these are it right here, correct?
Yes, they are.
Old line red says he's terrible. I think he's
91
okay.
is-
Actually.
What is this here?
This is showing staining on both the tile floor and the wall. You can see the entry to the toilet room on the left side of the photograph. And that's the wall that would be along the side of the toilet room that we've seen in other
Yeah, but we don't know that
photographs.
as the
And this
jury,
is-
right?
Is
So
this
we're
the
just
wall
seeing
where
him
the
in
towel
action.
is?
Yes,
And this is the staining that you're talking about?
yes, that's correct.
And is this
No,
also
the
a
toilet
stain
room
here
is
on the left?
different.
Yes, it
There's a
is.
separate room just for the toilet.
92, if we go to the upper right, what do we see up here?
That's this towel
And
point.
93 is what?
That is a view of one of the corners of the bathroom from around the area where the shower stall would be, from that direction to the corner of the bathroom.
And what is this right here?
The sinks within the bathroom.
94 shows us what?
Some of the floor in that master bathroom, the walls, the reddish staining, and 2 scales that were inside that bathroom.
2 scales.
95?
Well,
That
well,
is
Is
a
it
why?
vintage
hers?
photograph of one of the scales. with
Hers is
placard number
manipulated a
15
bit
because
to
that
show a
item was
little
collected
lower
as
numbers.
15 LB by me.
And number 96?
That depicts the scale and also what was beyond the vanity in the bathroom containing the sink. So you can see a trash can and some staining near that scale.
And is this staining here too or not?
I don't recall.
97 is what?
That is a
I
view of
don't
the
know, but
vanity
I
and
would
sinks in the
assume
master
it's in
bathroom.
evidence.
And you
believe
found
we
this
do.
was open when you were there,
I
correct?
don't know what day.
To the best of my recollection, yes.
I try not to watch a lot of this. Just to kind of get
98,
an
what are we
idea of where
looking
we
at
were
here?
from day to
Oh,
day. But
here's blood.
That is reddish brown staining and reddish brown substance that was inside and on top of the sink in the master bathroom.
that's a lot of blood. I mean, to be on a counter like that in a sink.
Mm.
99 is.
If it was
what?
stabby
What are we
in the
looking at
shower,
here?
yeah.
That's another view of the right side sink in the master bathroom with staining. There's also scales in the photograph that were placed in order to do additional documentation photographs of that staining within the mirror and sink areas.
And 100 is what?
Another view of the same staining with the scales for reference.
And it also shows us the edge here, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And it does have red, does it have red staining on it?
Yes, it does.
There is something here on the upper left. What is that?
That is a letter marker D to indicate which area was photographed.
And exhibit 101
Yeah, I would agree.
shows us what?
Yeah.
A closer view of the staining that would be within that D area or quadrant.
Yeah. The blood spatter, if it was as the prosecutor said in the Starow
102?
Anderson trial, would look more
That's
like
an overhead
this,
view of
not
the sink on the right
single
side and the
droplets here and there.
staining within, on top of the sink and countertop.
This looks like a white pattern. Are you familiar with like
20th
wiping
Century
or not?
Fox. Thanks for
I
watching
don't
this on
do
a rainy
blood
day.
spatter
Okay.
interpretation.
Although I don't know where it's raining. It's hot as hell here.
103
Well, it's not here either.
shows us what now?
A closer view of some of the staining on the sink.
That's actually inside the sink with the outlet valve there, right?
That's correct. It was both inside the sink and on top of the sink.
One 104. What are we looking at there?
That's another overhead view of the staining on the sink and the vanity top with some scales and letter and number designators.
This bottle that's here, do you see whether or not it has any staining on it? Can you tell?
I see staining around it. I'm not sure if there's any on the bottle.
Take a look at exhibit 104 with your eyes.
Okay. It appears that they're staining on the bottle, yes.
The bottle is not knocked over, right?
No, it's not.
This is the Jodi Arias trial from 2013. So we are
105.
rewatching it because I know
We're looking
about
at
the
these
conviction,
patterns, whatever they may be.
but I
on a
didn't see the
different portion
trial
of the
at
skin,
all
right?
at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, and I've seen the Lifetime movie, which
In
was
terms of
amazing.
coloring,
And,
these
we all
on
know
the
the
left
story,
look a
but we
lot
want to
darker
see
than
what
the ones on the right, correct?
evidence was actually presented.
Yes, they do.
106 now. So we're more to the right. And we see that staining there, correct?
Yes.
.107 is what?
That's a photograph of the staining on the sink from a different viewpoint. Shows the edge of the sink and some of the spatter inside of the sink running down.
Right here. That's what we're
Yes.
looking at. 108 is,
That is a photograph of the staining that I designated D1. That area was swabbed and collected as a sample.
and 109, what is this right here?
That is the linen closet or closet that's in the master bathroom.
And this right here? See this right here?
That's red staining substance that's on the tile in the
All right,
bathroom.
Malcolm got us.
I want you to look at this box.
Trying to
and-
figure out
there
how
you
we
go.
would explain it.
Can you see that box there?
Yes, I can.
Although, right now, there's not enough evidence to prove
Do
to
you
me
see
that
this
she's guilty.
right here on the
She
bottom?
might be an innocent woman sitting in jail, and
Of that
Salvador
box?
might actually have
Yes,
his
I
day
do.
with her.
I know we
Or
can look
Baker.
at it. You were there. Can you describe it any better than what
So
our
far,
eyes are
this is
looking at?
foundational evidence showing,
It
the
was a
guy is
light
dead
gradient of
because
red
they have shown him
staining running
dead.
up the box, what appeared to be running up the
They
box.
didn't show us to the audience.
And in front of it is
They
this
showed it
red,
to the jury. Guy's dead.
larger stain.
Yes,
And were these also stains here?
yes, they are.
And while I have this of course is, what's this white thing here?
The door.
That's the door to that closet
Alright.
in the master bathroom.
You know what this is right here?
Yes, I do.
I'm gonna bring it in a little bit. What is
Get
that?
That is a cartridge
2009
casing that was
technology
found on the
working.
floor in the master bathroom.
And did you seize that cartridge?
Yes, I
casing?
did.
The bullet casing is in the bathroom, so he was shot in the bathroom. So she drug him back to the bathroom, somewhat alive, and then shot him. Yeah, she's innocent right
I
now.
want you to take a look at the exhibit.
In our
number
retro view.
216.
Yeah. I'm not good with written sarcasm.
What is it?
That's the cartridge casing that I collected as number 1 LB.
I move for the admission of exhibit number
So
218.
stabby, then shooty.
216, 18 is admitted.
When you packaged it, did you notice the caliber of it? Write down the caliber of it or not?
I documented what was written on the head stamp of the cartridge casing, yes.
And what was written on the head stamp of this cartridge casing?
WIN 25 auto.
Do you know what WIN stands for? It may not be your area.
It's not my area.
Do you know what the 25 stands for?
I believe it's the caliber, but I don't work in
That's
firearms.
not your area. Okay.
That's a girl's gun if it's a
Look a little
25
bit.
caliber.
At a wider view of this, that's the
What's
casing.
going on with the camera?
And then we've looked at this area here. I'm going to pan out a little bit more. And What is this right here?
That's the cartridge casing.
And this up here is,
The right side sink.
exhibit number 110 shows us what?
That's a closer view of the cartridge casing on the bathroom floor.
And it also shows us that there's what? You see this right up here?
There's red staining and red substance all over the floor as well.
And exhibit 111 shows us,
A closer view of the cartridge casing.
and this right here is just some red staining, correct?
Yes.
It may be stating the obvious, but I'm going to ask you, to the naked eye, your eye, and you were there,
Oh, that's the casing.
is there any staining on the top of this casing that's in this red stain?
Not that I see.
Oh, planted.
See that?
It's a little blurry, but I still don't see any red
Yes,
staining.
It's
There
on
is
top of the
that,
red stain.
Yeah. Indicating they think she placed it there. But
Exhibit
shocking
number
somewhere else.
112.
Why would she place it there?
Now
I
what are we
think the-
looking at here?
I think the
Well, starting
roommate
with
placed
this
it there
corner
to
here, what
frame
is that?
her.
That's the sink or a portion of the
I'm
sink?
sorry, Gigi.
pedestal?
And this down here
25
is,
caliber gun.
That's the cartridge
False-
casing and it's
calling
photographed
it
with
the
evidence
girl's
placard
gun.
number 1.
My
and up
apologies.
here,
That's a towel.
and down here,
That's the hallway that leads from the master bedroom to the master bathroom or vice versa.
and right here.
That is the doorway leading from the bathroom into the closet.
Exhibit 113 is the staining and what?
A mid-range view of item number 1, LB, with placard 1.
And it shows some staining there also,
It
right?
does.
114 is the placard and a close-up of the casing, correct?
Yes, it is.
Exhibit number 115 shows us the box, right?
Correct.
And then it shows us the items in the closet. Number 11, what is number 11?
It's a USB thumb drive. That was a Targus brand that was collected from inside that closet.
A what now?
A USB storage device,
Okay.
thumb drive.
That was what number was that?
That was 11.
And what was number 10 then?
It's a prepaid legal services business card.
Okay. And now 116, what are we looking at here?
That is red substance staining that's on the floor in the master bathroom and hallway to the master bathroom.
And now are we headed into the master bathroom and bedroom now?
You're heading down the hallway towards the master bedroom and that, to the
Okay.
right.
Great, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take the weekend recess. You may step down. please,
Okay.
on January
That was a
1st,
Friday. They did
7:30.
that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there will
It
be
was a
no trial
Friday.
tomorrow, Friday, no trial Monday,
Oh.
the 7th. You should also return on Tuesday, January 8th at 10:30. I know every
they had
day
a
I
4-day
ask you
weekend.
to follow the admonition. Page 13 of your preliminary instructions contains that admonition. Since we are about to recess for the weekend, I want to remind you of your obligations. It is your duty not to speak with or permit yourselves to be addressed by any person on any subject connected with this trial. If someone should try to talk to you about the case, stop him or her or walk away. If you should overhear others talking about the case, stop them or walk away. If anything like this does happen, report it to me or any member of my staff as soon as you can. You may not discuss the evidence among yourselves until you retire to deliberate on your verdict. Do not form any final opinions about any fact or about the outcome of the case until you have heard and considered all of the evidence, the closing arguments, and the rest of the instructions I will give you on the law. Keep an open mind during the trial. Form your final opinions only after you have had an
This
opportunity
was
to
a
discuss the
perfectly
case with each
normal
other
trial
and enter a
day
room at the end of the
with
trial. All right,
foundational
one more time, has
evidence and
anyone had any
collecting.
exposure to the media regarding this case?
Yeah, I mean, there's
So,
nothing spectacular, but there was also nothing
no
like
hands.
terribly
All right, ladies and
boring. It was
gentlemen.
somewhat boring, but we carried it through with our conversation.
So that was the end of day 2 of the Jodi Arias trial. We did see
I could
a
see
few
why it
of
was like
the-
38 days of trial now, though, because that was
Yeah.
day 2, and we had 2 witnesses. We had a phone call to the one officer and some follow-up cross-examination, and then we had CSI lady who basically went through a bunch of clothing and items that she found, and that was only. We're not even done with her, right? I think, or were we done with
No,
her?
still have a cross-examination and rebuttal.
Follow the admiration. Do not look up Jodi Arias butthole pics. Yeah. Well, if you want to see them though, and you are a member of Michigan Law Show, you go right into my Discord, and we got a special channel just for that.
David,
No,
bringing you all the content.
all of the content, all of the Jodi Arias, and you can see in my Discord.
This I didn't know.
I didn't know that either. I did not know that it was a death penalty case. No, that's interesting. I haven't done a terrible amount of research because again, I wanted to see it like I watched the Zachariah Anderson case or the Letitia Stout case. I didn't know much of anything except for the basic story. And I sat down and started streaming it. And that's how I wanted to approach this, even though this is a much more famous case than those two. And everyone knows the salacious details and everyone kind of knows something about this case. I wanted to sit down and just kind of watch it without doing a lot of outside stuff. If it's not presented to the jury, then I'm not considering it in analyzing this trial.
Yeah, and so far, much foundational, but absolutely zero that actually points to Jodi.
Malcolm, go right for it, man. Yeah, I mean, nothing right now is pointing towards Jodi. Just that there was a vicious murder scene there, and that's about it. And a dead body apparently. She is a weird on the phone calls. I did say when we listened to him, I think that was on Tuesday stream, right? The one that you weren't there. We had the phone calls.
Yeah,
and she says a lot of things that are a bit odd, but if you put it in the context of he's my ex-boyfriend, we still kind of hook up, and I'm kind of still in love with him. I want to know what's going on. You can see it's okay. The phone call itself is not incriminating. It's just the stuff that she says they end up using against her, like the tassel thing. I really spotted. They brought it out more in today's testimony with the tassel thing.
Wait a minute. Is this the second trial? Was there a first trial?
I don't know about the first trial being hung. I don't know anything about that. This is the one that goes all the way through, though, and results in what it results in. But because it was tried twice, it was automatically, okay. So this must be the life in prison. Originally, maybe they charged her with death, and then it was a mistrial. So then they started it over and said no more death penalty.
Oh, she had two penalty phases. That would mean that they first tried to, do you recommend DP? No. Okay. Then next time, what are your recommendations?
I see. Okay. Yeah, we don't have death penalty in Michigan, so I've never practiced it. We've never had the death penalty since we've been a state, so I'm unfamiliar with that whole process.
And Sweden only has had the death penalty in wartime, but we haven't been in war since the 1780s.
I was going to say
And that was
1812.
with,
1812. Napoleon.
1812. The Napoleon War.
Last time you guys went anywhere to do anything with your military might.
Then everybody after that, everybody was too scared to attack Sweden.
It's exactly what it was. They were they're too far north. They have nothing we want. Why are we going up there? That's what they were really thinking.
Well, from somewhere in the early 1800s up until 1915, there was Kalmar Unionen, the Kalmar Union between Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. So we did have loads of power, and at that time, the Swedish military was cutting edge with cavalry, with the first how guns set up. You know, when you watch, for instance, war movies like America, you see one line forward, one line behind, shoot, and then the next steps forward. That was a Swedish invention.
That's interesting. What was I watching? I'm watching a show. I think it's Netflix, and it follows the Russian princess, or that becomes queen or empress. But anyways, during the show, I can't remember the name of the show. I'll think of it and I'll let you know. But during the show, they're fighting with Sweden the whole time.
Yeah.
And so there's always a Swedish war. And so like this king is kind of, it's based on the story, and it blatantly says in the title sequence, it's like, this is like totally made up. We're just using these actual, historical figures as a basis for this. But at one point they serve Swedish heads on plates at a royal dinner. And all kinds of stuff like this. It's chaotic. But every time they're talking about how horrible the Swedes are and how they're butchering the Swedes, and I keep looking over at my wife. Okay, but Sweden won that war against Russia, right?
Yep. Gustav Adolf was a big war king. Up until Charles XII, we expanded Sweden. Then it got a bit smaller after Charles XII, and then after the Napoleonic War, we kind of formed Sweden as it looks today, with the exception that the Norwegian border wasn't really a border, because Norway kind of belonged to Sweden during the Kalmar Union.
Brett, you saw a documentary. If you wouldn't mind shooting me an email or letting me know what the name of that documentary is about Swedish prisons, I'd like to actually watch it.
Yeah. Well, this current government we have now are increasing prison sentence and removing funding for rehabilitation. So now we are going to harsh punishment, because apparently they think that this will make criminals commit less crimes.
You're taking the lead from America, and you've seen our drug systems and our war on drugs. You've seen our prison systems.
Yeah.
You're taking our lead. All right, good luck.
Yeah, I know. We are 5 to 10 years behind the US. So hopefully in 5 to 10 years we are starting to get. But even Norway is relaxing on the drugs thing, and but it gets votes. That's it. It gets votes.
Yeah.
They are even trying to get the so-called punishment age down from, prison is 18 and above. Now they are trying to reduce that to 15, 14, 13, 12.
For prison? Oh my God. I'm not going to Sweden anymore.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
That's it. I'm done. My last time to Sweden was last year.
No, you will be here in January. We are
I
going
know,
to...
I'll be there in January. We got to coordinate that too with you, Baker, and myself. We all got to get together.
Yeah, and take the ferry between Helsingborg and Helsingör, just back and forth, have a few beers.
Hang out on the ferry.
Hang out on the ferry, yeah.
I love that ferry. They have the hot dogs, they have the food and everything. It's great.
Yeah, the Danish red hot dogs. Yeah.
Danish red hot dogs.
Yeah, rødpølse. No, don't try to pronounce that.
Oh, I wasn't even attempting to. No, I call it just the red hot dog. I'll take a red hot dog, please. They know what I mean.
Denmark are making a prison for 300 people in Kosovo, but they forgot to figure in that they have to pay travel for the family, as they have a right to see family.
Oh, yeah, stupid politicians.
Yeah, I believe that Sweden is trying for a North African prison, That will
Well,
be
they're just gonna have to
interesting.
change the law and say that family doesn't have the right to see them, or they do, but on their own dime, right? I mean, in
Yeah.
America, you have the right to visit your family, but the government's not paying for the gas for you to drive there.
You have the right to visit, but you don't have the right to be paid to visit. Yeah, I don't know how it will work. Yeah, it's just a few years until the next election, so we will see what happens. This government, the first government in a decade that is center right, but they have to have the influence from the nationalists. And yeah, no, that wasn't the best of choices, but here we are. But there is always a new election, and
We need to. I
What
want to
do you
have a
do?
sit down with you about your election process because my wife tries to explain
Oh.
it to me, and I have a lot of questions I don't think she can answer. So maybe we have a
Yeah.
chat about that one day on stream. When's your election season?
Maybe
It
we
just
had
you
one
just had one. She just sent in the
yeah,
ballot.
last year. Yeah, last year. So next will be 2026. But
Okay.
we have the European Union elections next year.
Well, that's almost like our presidential elections. You just kind of make our recommendation, but no one really has to listen to you, right?
No, the European Union, we elect the local Swedish representatives in the European Parliament.
Okay.
Then you have the European Commission and
I thought your government
Council of Ministers.
I thought your government was the ultimate decider on who gets to go to the UN, or I mean not the UN, the EU.
No, that's personal elections.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you vote for the party, and then you cross in which one of the representatives for that party you want to send there.
Sweden is kind of sort of. I see Salvador's comment about Swetsick. Sweden, you guys still use your own currency, and you're part of the
Yep.
EU, and I feel like it's more so for the passport things and some other tariff benefits that you guys get. But you're on your own currency. You shut down your borders when you don't want people just coming in. When I went there mid-COVID, the only time I had to stop ever was coming across the bridge tunnel and stop and check there, getting into Sweden. But otherwise, nobody else cared. Anywhere else you went, but you coming into Sweden, they want to know who you are, why you're there, and so even though they're part of the EU, they do their own thing, which I like. I'm all about that.
Oh, I'm not sure what it was.
They just said that it was a prepaid legal business card, but they didn't say whose.
Okay.
And remember, he was involved with it too. That's how they met. So.
Oh, local council member for 4 years and has been active in politics for. Okay. Yeah, that's Denmark. Yeah.
Well, that's actually, so maybe we'll do sort of a three-way stream. It's going to be a long one, though.
And no, there's not going to be a Swexit.
No, they don't. Sweden doesn't need to. They've got like sort of all the benefits without the negatives for the most part.
Well, we do have pre-approved that at some time, if the European Union says, now you're getting the euro, we can't do anything about it. But
well, then there might be a Swetsik.
No, I don't think so.
No,
we are too much benefits for it.
Okay.
Even though we pay more than we receive, the trade is worth so much more. So,
all right. Well, that was Jodi Day 2, Part 2. Next stream is Tuesday at noon. Next stream for me will be most likely Monday morning. We're going to do more of Travis Rudolph's trial. We're going to start with live at 10 a.m. Eastern, but before that, we might play a little catch up because his brother was on the stand. And then let's talk about what I have coming up. Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern, I will be on Channel Remington talking about Sarah Boone. And then at 8 p.m. my time, I will be Eastern time. Danny on Direct will be on my stream and we'll be talking about divorce. And anything after that is up in the air, except for next Saturday, we'll be doing Jodi again.
Yeah. And let's see here what's going on. Later today, I might be on Steve Gosney's party stream. And on my Tuesday, 1 a.m., I will making an ass of myself because it is the Swedish National Day. So it's
Alright.
that Swedish weird holiday stream time again. That will be for Americans. That would be around 7 p.m. Eastern.
See, that's a good time for Americans because then they're home, they're drinking. What day is that?
Your U.S. Monday and my Tuesday,
Okay.
1 a.m.
All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
So I chose 1 a.m. because we have the day off on the National Day, but not the day after.
Okay.
Which is really, really weird. Because
Yes.
if it's you should.
No.
It should-
I like that.
Mm.
So it's your Tuesday. Okay, that could work.
My Tuesday 1 a.m. So it's just 1 hour past midnight. So it's technically the 6th of June. 6/6.
Time just needs to be the same everywhere. This is really annoying. I didn't notice it at all, and I didn't care at all until I married a Swede, and then we're calling her family, or we're going over there, and I'm trying to call back here.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, fine. When I'm dealing with Sweden, fine. But now with this YouTube, I got to think about it all the time. Even with like scheduling something with Chandler or Danny or you know, it's just always, it's just okay. Salvador, to answer your question, though, I believe the brother did finish testifying. So we're going to be starting probably with the mother on Monday morning and then going into hopefully the defendant himself on that Travis Rudolph.
There might be chicken hat on Tuesday, my Tuesday. Or it might
I got
be
a couple
something
of
else.
new hats I need to debut.
Yeah, because I don't know, but Drunk Me has sent Sober Me something 4 to 6 weeks ago, and it pinged, and I haven't opened the package. So it might be a package opening. Surprise for everyone.
You should definitely open it, do a box opening live. Definitely do that. And whatever it is, you're going to utilize it throughout the rest of the stream. That would be awesome.
Oh. It's a good thing that Drunk Me sent it before Jodi Arias trial streams started. So I don't know what it is, but we will see on my Tuesday, your Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah.
It'll be a good time. Are you inviting others to the panel or is it just you?
I'm having guests. So you will get a link. Mo will get a link. I will send link around to more or less everybody who normally gets links and maybe a few others.
Okay, sounds good.
So everybody can watch me make a drunk ass of myself.
Sounds perfect. Then I can plan on a Monday and a Wednesday late night, and that'll be good. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Everyone have
and tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow I'm going to record a few members only videos so you can have a bit new content as well. I haven't put out much in the last 3 or 4 weeks, so you deserve new members only content. So I will start recording a few things tomorrow. Okay. In the Jodi Arias trial, I will see you all on Tuesday. Might be a hungover. I don't know. Bye.
Bye.